I'll leave it up to Perry.
We are live. Let me go fix my green screen. We got the chat room up in here.
Yep, I can see it on mine.
I'm sure people will start filing in right now. I'll be right back. Gotta get my shirt on too.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead.
Sharing it out.
Sharon is
Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Getting ready.
Nice.
Oh, Wesson's here. What's up, Wesson? You're
So,
always like
yo.
number one in here.
He's
I love it.
Weston is always the first one that comments.
Yeah,
He said I was waiting.
he couldn't miss this.
Of course.
It's the highlight of everybody's Wednesday.
That is true.
For the last 12 years.
Insane.
This May.
Insane.
It makes no sense.
So I went to
How time flies.
GameStop today to pick up because Veilguard was $22 brand new. So I finally bought it on PlayStation. And the guy was like, oh, we have a retro section now. And he's like, it's surprising, but Wii U is considered retro. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I guess it kind of is. Like,
Oh,
It's also we use also considered shit.
well, I didn't say that, but it's like, I guess that is I guess it is retro, theoretically. It's just
Yeah.
odd to think of it like that because
That's
it feels like
crazy.
yesterday, but
Yeah, that's insane.
here we are.
Hey, you know what's about to be retro? Your store when it's not open. You
Oh,
just
that
don't
one's
have
going to close because that
it.
guy's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that one's definitely going to close. I'm waiting.
Yeah, they're closing a lot more down than what
Mm,
was said.
probably like 300 different stores, locations, or whatever.
More.
already.
I mean, and they're not even saying it. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Once ours closes by us, it's done.
Yeah.
What are you guys saying?
Over.
No, I'm talking
Us-
about GameStop.
I was telling him I went to GameStop today and they had a Wii U section and the guy was like, yeah, we have retro now. The Wii U's retro. And I'm like, I guess it is.
We have in the chat Wesson, Kamame, and Mental 9R. What's going on, everybody? Let's open the show. Hello and welcome to Game Complainers, episode 582. I'm your host, Barry.
Co-host Anthony.
And Frank.
And Fred.
You believe we're at 582 episodes?
Holy
That's-
shnikes.
That is nuts.
It's a lot of episodes.
For a show that we thought we were just going to do one time.
Yeah.
And here we are.
All right.
Time flies.
So GameStop took the broken PS5 without testing it, Fred.
Yeah,
I should have given you the broken
explain your,
controller too. I got it over here. What?
No, I was gonna say, why don't you guys explain kind of what went down? So you traded and you unloaded on some slims to get the pros, basically.
Oh, and I was right when I made a prediction a year ago. Shout out to Weston in the chat. We'll get to that. Great to see you didn't just stop at one show. Yeah, I know, right? Imagine, Mental, we wouldn't have met. You got to thank Dreadpool because Dreadpool really hooked us up with a lot of connections with you guys. If we didn't meet Dreadpool at the Intellivision Amico event at the Crayola factory, we wouldn't know who Mental was right now. I knew of Noof Nukem. I used to watch the Gaming Dose podcast that he used to do. But I was like one of like the 10 people in the chat. But I never really said anything because I would never talk in the chats. I would just be a listener. And it was Dreadpool who was like, you need to talk in the chat so people know who you are. And I'm like, yeah, but every time I try, people think I'm like a troll because it's Game Complainers. And he's like, no, just keep doing it. Once people see you, they'll get to know you. They'll know you're not a troll, blah, 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 blah. So shout out to Dreadpool. A lot of these tips were his thing. RWK, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What up?
So shout out to Dreadpool. He's been a huge part of this whole thing for a long time. And can't thank that guy enough. So, yeah, what were we saying about GameStop? Yeah. So I got a free broken PS5 Slim. And I didn't realize, I downloaded some games, some small games like Miss Pac-Man and stuff and Castlevania, and they worked fine. I was like, all right, cool. Then I put on Resident Evil 2 and it just kept freezing and crashing. And then I tried other big games and they started freezing and crashing. So when I looked online, it said something like the liquid metal would need to be reapplied. And if that wasn't it's the SSD controller, which is several chips on the motherboard, that they go bad.
Ow.
And I went back and I looked up the error code. That was the error code when the PlayStation 5 first came out. This guy, you guys all saw the video. Remember this guy bought a PS5 and it just kept freezing on him, and like it was like at launch.
Yeah.
It's the same error code. And I was like, wow, even in the Slim, you still getting those error codes? Axel, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Up, Axel.
So, yeah, and it's 4 years after release, and the Slim was put out, last year? And then a year out, it's already giving these error codes?
Well, here's the thing. This error code is from like the launch PS5. So even the fat ones get this code. So the SSD controller goes bad on the motherboard. So I went on Sony's website, and of course this thing was out of warranty, and they said they'll fix it for $229. And I was like, damn it, I got this for free, and I want to spend another $229.
What's up, GameStop?
So I'm thinking, they're going to test it at GameStop, whatever. So I had Fred go. I was like, Fred, meet me there. I met Fred and Frank at GameStop. I was like, Fred, just take it in there. And the controller's no good either. It's got drift. It's got the drift. And I ordered the parts to replace the stick. My desoldering iron won't like desolder the thing. Like it desolders most of it, but not all of it, and I can't pull the sticks out. And by the way, I got a scar on my finger because I was cleaning the soldering iron and it went. So I fucking burnt my finger, burnt the scar into my finger. Anyway, I know I'm still butthurt about this. I don't like getting scars. I think it's stupid, but what are you gonna do? As you get older, you get some. So I said, Fred, just take it in there, buddy, and see what happens, right? And Fred, what happened?
I just went in there. She even tested. She just freaking took it. And she tested the controller. And then she just took the system and gave me the card, gave me the money for it. And then that's it.
She gave you $330 credit.
Yep.
Which is funny because when we went there the next day, the guy tested the two of them that we brought in. The guy that worked there.
So Fred, when you say she tested the controller, how did she test it? Did she like connect it?
So listen to me. I took a normal controller I had and put it in there. So
Okay.
I had the broken one right here.
So you just swapped it out with one that obviously worked.
Yeah.
But did she just turn it on to like the English script, or where you select the language? Is that
She
all she
didn't
did?
do anything. She
They
didn't
have a
turn it on at all.
diagnostic thing. They have this little monitor that has diagnostics to see if it has drift and stuff. So she probably plugged it into
Yeah,
that.
she plugged into that, but the system she didn't turn on at all. She just
Wow.
took the system. She
Yeah,
didn't turn it on. She didn't do anything. She was just like, all right, well, and then I told her that there was a game in there too, and I had the case. And she was like, all right, I'll give you money for that too. I'm like, okay.
There's the pony, Mental 9R.
Yeah.
He said, let's talk about how Xbox sucks.
Oh boy.
We'll talk about Xbox, but we're done like crapping on them because you know what? There's no reason to.
Just wasted breath.
Been down that road before.
And she gave Fred the money and was like, wow, okay. I'm expecting Fred to walk out with the machine. And he walks out with a coffee. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, they were my pretzel bites.
A coffee.
We're waiting like patiently, like worried that you're not going to trade in, and you just come out with pretzel bites. Like you took extra.
Yeah. We can't give you anything for this console, but we do have these pretzel bites.
There's Dreadpool right there. How you doing, Dreadpool? You got
Dreadpool.
MILF Man. We
Yep.
acknowledge you. Cougar Man, whatever the hell his name is today. I do worry about my PS5s with regard to how long they'll last, any system requirements, liquid metal operate. Yeah, I know. I hear you, buddy.
And then tell them about the bullcrap 20% trade-in thing, whatever the hell.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was.
We got an email saying they'll give you 20% more trading credit if you're a pro member.
I got the same email.
20% more. Remember that. See, you see how that's worded? 20% more.
More.
So Fred goes in there and they only give him an extra 10%. So I send Fred back to the girl, and the girl explains to him, and she called corporate to make sure, whatever. They consider the 20% the 10% you already get with the card plus an extra 10%. That's the 20% more. Such bullshit.
That's bullshit.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's some
20%
GameStop shit
more.
right there.
I was
It
like,
should
that's
say
that's
save up to 20%.
Right.
Yeah. That's some
So
great
now I don't
marketing
feel
wink,
bad
wink,
about
nod.
you trading in that broken console because who gives a shit, right?
It'll
idiots.
balance out somewhere.
It already has, Anthony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's their problem now. Not ours.
Some schmuck's gonna take it home and be like, "What the fuck, GameStop?"
Well,
and then
they'll
they're
just
gonna be like,
refurbish
"Sorry."
it. That's all.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we got that. I traded in 4 more Slims, and I got 3 Pros.
Yeah, 3.
So all the PlayStations at the shop have Pros.
That's great.
The 85-inch TV has a Pro.
Nice.
That's it.
It was funny. I didn't know you were coming, and we were trading them in. And I just turned around and
Oh,
there
I
you are.
pulled a Wesker on this guy. I showed up to
Yeah.
the scene.
Shout out to the scene.
Literally, we're like trading the stuff, and I turn around and he's just there. I'm like, oh hey, it was funny.
Well, in RE4, he's telling this girl he can't get the job done. He shows up anyway.
Yeah. That's the biggest twist in RE4 Remake is when Wesker actually shows up. Because in the original, he's just in the background,
Right.
but you actually only ever see him in the original GameCube version. You only saw him in Assignment Ada, which wasn't even Separate Ways at that time. And then when you finally got Separate Ways on PS2, then you saw him. But then in RE4, he's just there. You're like, oh shit, he's not messing around.
No, and that makes sense because he's going to play a big factor in the 5 remake.
It's all build up, you know?
Right. But, Code Veronica's next, Anthony. Come on.
Yeah.
Code Veronica.
By the way,
Well,
Code
that's-
Veronica, really quick. Good Old Games. We'll talk about Good Old Games. They released something. They shadow dropped the game today, which is really cool.
Yes, really cool.
I was awake and they shadow dropped. I was like, really? What's going on here? So Code Veronica's on a list of like 4 of the games that people want. Good Old Games to like contact the publisher and like remake the title or port the title. All these other games have 45,000 votes. Code Veronica has 4,000 votes.
Yeah.
You all want that game. You better get everybody ready.
The only reason why
Better
I
tell your
think
friends and your family to start voting.
they're already on a
7 years
good
of
working
videos.
relationship with Capcom, you would think they would just be like, "Hey, man, what can we do?" But I think the main thing is like, it never had a PC port.
Can't wait
Ever.
for those pros to become Switch 2. Actually, you have no idea what we're doing for the Switch 2. We are going to buy 12 Switch 2s at launch,
What?
and we're going to rip open like 3 of them. By the way, we saw Review Tech USA at Best Buy yesterday.
Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, let me just
Really?
through real quick. So,
And
We
he
were
talked
going-
about he went live later that night and he talked about going to Best Buy. We were like, yes.
it was so funny because I see him all the time, and I haven't seen him in months. Remember, we always talk about it. So I'm with them in GameStop, and then I had the plate for his Pro in the car or whatever, or the Slim. So I'm going to get it, and I see him walking down. I'm like, oh my god, he's here, and Perry's here. Like, this is crazy. Like, we've literally been talking about this. So I text Perry. I'm like, he's coming that way, and I don't know if you saw him or
I
not.
didn't
and
see
then,
him.
And then when I came back in from the car, I came through Best Buy, and he was in there again. And I'm like, oh my god. It was just so funny because we literally talk about it.
And
all
he
the
talked
time.
about it on his stream last night. He was like, oh, I was in Best Buy today. I
Hey,
was
what's
like,
up
oh,
with him?
shit.
I
You
saw
didn't want to
that-
bother him?
I saw that guy with his babies, and I was disturbed. He
I
didn't
would
say
be like, "Yo, what's up, man? Love the channel."
I like gave him the head nod because I know him because I worked with him a little bit. So, but I
Yeah.
didn't like talk to him.
When I first moved up here, Frank was like, you gotta network with my friend. I was like, who the hell's your friend? And he's like, he's on YouTube, and I don't remember his name. And then I was watching Review Tech USA once when Frank was here, and he goes, that's my friend. I was like, that guy?
Yeah, he worked with me for.
And then
really short time.
I was friends with somebody on that side of the river, and she knew this guy. She knows Rich. So she told me about him a little bit. So I was like, whatever. But yeah, it's crazy.
That's funny.
I totally forgot about.
Now,
that.
if we
That
can
was
only,
funny.
'cause you've seen Randy Orton at the mall, right? Or a
Shop-
ShopRite, right?
Yeah.
We need Randy Orton to go to the mall and RKO Rich.
Off,
Oh,
off the
that-
top.
Or Rich can RKO Randy Orton.
Off the top of the escalators.
I don't know about that. But
That needs to happen.
Yeah. Just hit him with an Annie Ann's pretzel. Or
All
something
hail
like
to the
that.
king of ponies. Yeah, you're the one. You're the king of ponies. Mental.
Nothing you can say.
7 years of videos. Is that you, Dreadpool? Is that 7 years for you? Hockey fan, what's up?
False advertising. Oh, I think he's talking about
Capcom announced a little show.
That's 20%.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a
so,
Capcom show.
Capcom announced a show. It's not Resident Evil, but it's Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Monster Hunter, and
Why is that at this show?
because it's about to come out. They're showing Onimusha,
Marvel vs. Capcom Collection's out already.
Capcom Fighting Collection as well.
Well, yeah, that's not out yet.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna drop the Xbox
I hope so.
version.
Listen,
That's what I'm
gonna
that's what
buy it on
hearing in the
Xbox because
Discord, Perry.
I'm gonna buy it on
Apparently.
Xbox. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these guys don't know this. Playing those games, those Marvel games with this D-pad is perfect. So hopefully it drops on Xbox,
Yeah.
and I will buy it on Xbox. That will be in my library
It
for sure.
seems like in the Capcom Discord, from what some people are saying, that's all I'm saying is that I think it is coming out to Xbox really soon.
I hope so. That should have been at launch, but it's better late
It
than
should
never.
have been better late than never. I agree. I think there's Onimusha. I definitely want to see.
This is why, like, when you hear Xbox people say, well, we didn't need it anyway, go fuck yourself. You needed it. That's one of the greatest games in the history of gaming. And
it should be on everything.
It has a history of being on Xbox, by the way. I have it for the original Xbox. I have
yeah.
it downloaded on the Xbox 360. Like, that game has a history with the platform. So never say, well, we didn't need it anyway.
No,
I just hate
No,
hearing
never.
that shit because people are like, your words can't hurt me. It's like, grow the fuck up and just deal with it. It's not on the platform, but fight for it to be on the platform. And I'm glad people did.
because Capcom does listen to
I'm-
fans when they tell them.
Well,
It's-
it wasn't just Capcom. People tweeted directly at Phil Spencer, and guess what? Ozempic Phil picked the phone up and made that call to Capcom, and guess what? The game is now on the platform.
That's true. Yeah, you have to.
Okay, so thank God.
there's
that's
no,
what
like
we
you said,
need.
There's no reason why they
That's
shouldn't be on
not
everything.
shitting on Xbox. That's valid criticism. Like, hey, we need this game on here. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's coming out. I will buy it on Xbox. I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
My
Yeah,
body is ready for Marvel vs. Capcom on Xbox.
February 4th. It's 5 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be a Tuesday. So Tuesday, February 4th.
Am I doing that with
And-
you, or what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that together. I mean, I'm probably going to co-stream for the Capcom creators. So, yeah, we'll stream. We're deciding.
I'll jump in your
I'm
stream. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna,
It's 20 minutes.
get
long,
excited
I
for
think,
Resident
by the
Evil
way.
because I think some people are thinking, oh, they might show something at the end. I don't think this is the event for
At a
Resident Evil.
29-minute event, they can show Resident Evil 9.
No, it's only it's only 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
20-minute event.
And I'm not going to say that, a PlayStation event isn't around the corner, but if they show something, it could be at another Resident Evil event. That's just a Resident Evil event. They've done that in the past. They've done multiple Capcom events in the past. So it's not
Yeah,
necessarily.
but why didn't Capcom just come out last year and say, hey, we got nothing this year? This way people would leave them alone.
Well, they got Monster Hunter. So
Because-
that's a huge game.
But
for
I'm
them.
just saying, like, Resident Evil wise, like, we got nothing for this year. So don't worry about it. Because every stream you do, Anthony, is under a microscope.
That's true.
And it's not fair to you either, because you have to be there these days and make sure.
That's true. And I think it comes with the whole, like, when you don't hear anything, people just become more, like, curious, or they lean into the leaks and they get upset. And so
Right.
it's almost like the leaks make them more anxious because they're like, oh, I really don't want this to be true. Like, I really want to see it for myself now. I think that also doesn't help. And, you're just in the age of the internet, so information just moves really quickly. But yeah, I mean,
He's right though. They should say something. Like Nintendo says, we will not talk about the Switch
Nintendo and
except for
Sony
the-
last year. Well,
Right.
Sony told you last year, like, we got nothing, bro.
Yeah,
And they
Yeah,
told
after
you that last
Helldivers, that was
January.
they should just say
Batman,
we will not be
what's up?
featuring Resident Evil.
What up,
Yo,
Batman?
Jamie on, what's up? Stevie Mac, what's up?
but yeah, the Capcom thing, it's going to be probably a different event for Resident Evil 9. And Monster Hunter is a big game. It's
Oh, it's a huge game.
the second highest selling IP. Resident
I had
Evil 2
people-
remake.
I had people come into the shop for Monster Hunter that they were like, I've never played this game before, but it looks good. And they bought it and they were happy with it.
It's crazy how big it's gotten. You know,
I can't get into it. I tried, but a lot of people love that game. So
I'm gonna play the new one because I think if they have crossplay, and when I'm on my PC, I'll be able to play with everybody. But it's a fun co-op game. You know, you just hunt monsters and you travel, and it's
Play
like
R9
it's
now.
fun. You know, if it's not for everybody.
David R,
but-
what's up?
What's up? That's huge for them. So that's coming out this year, and then you have Onimusha, which I think
I'm excited for that.
that is going to be what's going to take the cake for me, of course, and plus the Marvel, the fighting collection and everything.
Onimusha is going to be a big game, man. If it's an RE engine, it's going to be a huge game.
It's going to be
heck
it's
yeah.
going to be a huge game, and I think that this will show us more on that. I think the developer, I don't think it's going to be like a developer direct, but I think they're going to like make it more where they're going to probably explain what they're doing with Onimusha this time around, and really like, because the Game Awards, it was like, all right, hurry up, like we got to move on to the next thing. This will be just like, we're going to talk about it a little bit and show you where we've been with this, why it's taken so long, and what were two things that popped up on the survey last year with Capcom: Dino Crisis and Onimusha. What have we just heard about? Onimusha
And Dino Crisis.
and Dino Crisis. So it's like, I'm just saying.
Well, the
that
remember they renewed the IP for the name for Dino Crisis last year? Today
Yeah.
made sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
Richard,
and
what's up?
I think like trying to, hype fans up and just, have a little bit of having it in the discussion again. I think with Onimusha, it's just going to be, it's time for it to come back. And I think it's been long enough, yeah, so that's going to be the biggest takeaway, I think, that show. Monster Hunter, you're right. They have really showed like everything at this point. They've had like 3 different events that show Monster Hunter. So it's like, I don't know what else they're going to show other than just like maybe some launch material that comes with it when it comes out. Like, I don't know what else they're going to show. I feel like that might be like the quickest like bit of the show. I feel
Cody
like
Gossman
Onimusha
just became a member. I got to hit the button.
Nice.
Cody just became a
Nice,
member. Thank you, Cody. He's now a member of this channel. And by the way, members only are going to start getting content on here soon. So if you're not a member, get ready.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Oh no, so yeah, that's Tuesday, 5 p.m. And like he said, 20 minutes. So I don't think we're gonna get a by the way type thing, but just be a little bit more patient, people out there, and I think you'll see something sooner than later. I think this year we'll see a trailer of something. I just don't think we'll get a release this year because Monster Hunter really is going to carry them, I think. And they're still working on
Monster Hunter will carry them through the first part of the year, and Onimusha is going to carry them through the second part. And then next year, I guess the 20th anniversary, you're going to get Resident Evil galore, I
Right.
would think.
Yeah, that would be a time to strike.
Maybe you'll get 5 and 9.
Do you
Resident-
think Onimusha will come out this year though?
Maybe you'll get 5 remake in
question.
like February, March of 2026 for the actual anniversary. And then later that year, you'll get Resident Evil 9.
Yeah, it's
Because they have nothing. Like GTA's coming out this year, right? So next year's going to be like empty.
so from the
Axel
What
is
they're
hyped for
talking about-
Monster Hunter. There you go.
yeah, Monster Hunter is going to be awesome. Onimusha is apparently expected for 2026, not this year.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So it's
man.
going to be a little bit longer, but I think there's
Well, then you get 5 remake this year.
I hope.
yeah,
Come
and
on.
they've been putting out. Like,
Come
I
on.
think they're also looking at like the collections and all the stuff they're putting out. Like they look at that as content too.
Oop.
Capcom's always kind of looked at that. So
Come on. We need it. We need Resident Evil 9 and 5 remake.
we need the 4 remake again.
To the Dark Ages.
Code Veronica.
I have this freaking
Revelation.
cover so I don't spill anything on this Roadcaster thing. A $20 cover.
You don't want to get apple juice on it.
Yeah, don't know apple juice.
Epic People as always says Batman. Well, there you go. You're epic, Batman. All right. What were we talking about before this? So there's a Capcom show, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so and yeah, there's Monster Hunter, Onimusha, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and then the Fighting Arcade Collection, or Capcom, the Marvel's Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics will be shown again. So
yeah, that's got to be an Xbox release.
Yeah,
because why are they showing that again?
Yeah, that's
this game's been out forever.
There's no other reason. And same thing with Monster Hunter. It's like, what are they going to really show with that? But I mean, I'm already excited for it, so I'm definitely going to check it out regardless. But I'm sure we'll probably just see another trailer cutscene or some kind of developer discussion or something. So
this game what?
They should put out a demo to get people who haven't played it to check it out.
That is actually a really good point. And you know what? They could be dropping a demo. Like maybe
Monster Hunter is no stranger to demos.
Yeah, and sometimes they do time demos with PlayStation. Like PlayStation will get it first, and then it'll come out to Xbox. They've done that before.
Right.
But actually, with the last one, they only did it on Nintendo Switch. It was only on Nintendo Switch and PC for a year, and then it finally came out on Xbox and PlayStation. So they're not doing it again like that. But this time, who knows what they're going to do with like the demo? Who gets first dibs on the demo? Regardless, though, we own everything, so we can play it. If they do put one out, so
yeah, we don't have to be big crybabies.
Yeah, just download it.
Just go to the store and buy it.
And Resident Evil 2 Remake just hit 15 million, making it the highest sold single Resident Evil title ever.
Oh, it's the worst game ever, Anthony. Come on.
What was the one?
Let me tell you something.
Resident Evil 4.
Probably. I could see the top side.
I was streaming RE2 Remake last night on the TV through Xbox Cloud, whatever the hell it's called, xCloud.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, you can tell it's running off a Series S, which they lied. They said they put all Series X's in the cloud. They didn't. That thing's running on a Series S. But the game was perfect. It was like I was playing it on a Series S.
That's crazy.
No lag, nothing. I was running through that game, no problem.
Call of Duty was definitely on an S too, because I played it on my S.
Yeah, they have S's in the cloud, and they lied to everyone, said they were X's. Oh, we're putting X's in the server blades. Like, no, you didn't. All these games are S's.
Yeah.
Because there are some games that run at 60 on the X and 30 on the S, and that's how you can tell. Plus, you can tell the quality of the game itself, like how it looks.
Yeah.
So that sucks. But I would recommend that they put X's in the damn cloud, because that service so far is flawless. At least on that stupid TV that I'm using.
It's good.
So if they can do that, that's a home run for Xbox Game Pass, xCloud, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah,
what
just
I thought it was
on that.
They're not using X's mental, unfortunately. Try it yourself. You'll be shocked. It runs good, but it's just, can you give me like the high-end one? Like the GeForce, you were getting 4090s, man. They weren't playing around. You log into GeForce, you play any game on there, you can bump that shit all the way up.
Yeah.
Also, to answer Fred's question, the second highest selling Resident Evil is RE7. Believe it or
really?
not.
Oh, God.
Yeah, 14 million.
So
that
this
hit.
They hit what?
I know that hit with people. It either got people back into it or.
Yeah. It was different,
And then Village is actually right behind it, which I don't understand that. 10.5 million. Then RE, it actually Village outsold RE5. RE5 is at 9.4. RE6 is at 9.3. And then RE3 2020 is 9.2. RE4 Remake is 8 million, but that will probably knock down RE3 Remake at some point.
Wow, that's insane.
This is from the end of 2024, so I think RE4 already climbed higher, so don't quote me on that. But then RE2 OG is right under RE4 Remake.
No one's getting on a plane, Jamie. We're good.
4.96 million.
I heard that they're yeah, right. Hence the 30 FPS tops and crappy quality. They're running 2 games on each X. Wow.
Well, that would make sense then. why it sucks.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, maybe they will improve that as time goes on, as they kind of.
They need to
you know,
because it works. Like there's no lag. I'm sure there is lag, okay, but I don't feel it. It feels like I'm playing the game natively on my
Yeah.
TV, which is a home
Just
run.
seeing
That's great.
The Call of Duty video looked crazy. I was like, damn, that literally.
They're
just looks like
They're preparing for the no console deal. Everything is an Xbox, Anthony. Come
they're
on.
kind of testing it now.
And we'll get into console sales. They're down again, 29% on Xbox. The services are up, which is great. That's what they want, man. I don't think this is why I try to explain to everybody. Nobody listens to me because they think, oh, you're a hater. You have to understand. They're putting these numbers out because they want the shareholders to say, oh, the services are all the way up, but the console sales are all the way down. You should get rid of the console because we want to make more money. And then Microsoft is like, oh, really? It's okay that we get rid of the console? And the shareholder's like, yeah, you're down 29%. Okay, if that's what you want. And then they cut the console. Now, what they do is they take the Xbox branding and they put that in there. Like they said, they're going to make like PCs with Xbox. They just license out the name and people make whatever they want. This is where they want to go. And I've been saying this for a year, but nobody listens. Everyone thinks that I'm in my own fantasy world here. This is how this stuff works. Microsoft talks to the shareholders.
You have to read the writing on the wall.
You
too,
have
so
to.
you're not-
And they've done this with other products. This isn't the only product they've done it with. They purposely put those numbers out so that the shareholders go, get rid of it or keep it.
Side now.
So they don't look like the bad guys when they get rid of it. And they've already brainwashed the Xbox audience into playing their shit on everything anyway. So they win. They won what they wanted to win, and that's it. It's going to be a service, and they're going to make a ton of money on it. So good for them. That's not talking bad about them. That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah. We've just recognized that. I think there's also like, you know, as we kind of see where they go with, you know, manufacturing the Series X and stuff like that. We'll see how
Target
that kind
did
of
get them back in
improves.
stock. So Best Buy still hasn't had them in. I didn't check today, but
I'm actually checking right now.
say unavailable still or what?
So they got the digital, of course. Let me check the other guy.
Let's see here. So you're looking at Rise of the Ronin. It's only on PlayStation for now. It was announced the other day. It's coming to PC. Does anybody know the date for this game? February? March?
Hold on one.
I think it's
And
coming
answer
out
your
March.
question, Perry. It is in stock actually. Yeah.
Brand
Best
new
Buy has it.
or refurbished?
Brand new.
Thank God. We
Rise
thought
of the
that was
Ronin.
discontinued, buddy. It was almost discontinued.
That was scary, man.
Because Hockey Fan looked it up in his system over there, and he was like, "There's none on order," and
They
he
probably
goes,
just had to make a
he
fuck
goes-
ton more.
"If they don't get any more in stock by May 1st, then it's rung out of the system completely." That's why I kept tweeting like, "We got to wait till May 2nd and see what happens."
Yeah.
But all right, they got them in. So I would say anybody that wants a Series X with the disk drive, you better buy that sucker now because you never know. That was kind of a close call over there.
That's very true. I mean, and I also think, you know, that they always kind of have that idea of what they know what they're doing at certain points, and yeah, you just don't know when they're going to be like, it's like with the cane, just pull them off, be like, all right, that's it. Now you just have the digital one for now, and then who knows what the hell they're going to show next. So that's what we're kind of.
Weston has March 11th listed as the PC date for Rise of the Ronin.
That
So
is
guess
correct.
what I did? I returned this copy of the game and I got my money back. And I'm going to just buy it on PC. This game is really good.
You can play with trainers, so it's going to be awesome.
That's what
You
I'm
can do whatever you
saying.
want.
So, but this game is very fun. I didn't think I was going to like it. Spider-Man 2 releases tomorrow on PC, and Sony dropped the requirements for the
They did.
single-player games on PC. Yeah, well, that's good.
It's what people wanted, right?
That's what people wanted. I don't know if I'm going to be buying that day one, but I'll buy it eventually. When they, a lot of the Sony games, usually Green Man Gaming or CD Keys, they have them cheap,
Yeah.
like
Go
about a
on.
week after they come out. So I will probably pick those up then, or I'll wait even longer. I've already beaten Spider-Man 2, so I'll play it with trainers. If they make a trainer for it, I'll be there.
They will.
But
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Ninja Gaiden has a trainer too.
The Last of Us 2 comes out in April.
I'll play that again on PC with trainers. I'm not a fan of Last of Us 2. Like, the story is fucking boring, man.
I don't even feel like playing it again, to be honest.
Gameplay is awesome.
The
The
gameplay
story's
is
not
good.
so
It's
awesome.
like Horizon. The gameplay is great in that game, but the story sucks. It's boring.
Yeah.
It was
Hor-
false advertised,
Horizon needs to just go away.
and it was
For good.
very much lacking.
There's been enough of Horizon.
Horizon,
Fair enough.
it was a
Don't
good
care.
like new game that came out or whatever, and yeah, they made the sequel, but that's it, man. The sequel was so bad.
Yeah. And I love the first one, but it's good. Enough is enough now. Like, we've had
I
enough.
couldn't even get into the tomato head kid, man. That scares the shit out of me.
I still think about that every time.
Tomato Head.
She had
That's
a
awesome.
huge ass head.
Her head is gigantic. Yeah, I know. And by the way, Jamie, on who called that? We said 1 year ago. So let's talk about this really quick.
Sony's in the news.
Sony's in the news. Herman Hulst has been outed. And who said that was going to happen? I think we did last January. Remember they said last year, they announced Hiroki Totoki was going to appoint these guys. One of their guys at Sony, a Japanese dude, and Herman Hulst to be co-CEOs. And I said on this show, Herman Hulst ain't going to last because they're going to pick their own Japanese dude.
Yes.
And what the fuck happened yesterday? The Japanese dude is now the CEO, and Herman Hulst has been moved over to what?
He's the fall guy.
He's the guy holding the bag. I said that a year ago. I said, like, that guy ain't going to last. You know why he wasn't going to last? Because he's part of the Jim Ryan regime, which they are trying to get rid of right now. That's why they're already working on PS6. That thing is coming out in the next 2 years. They want nothing to do with this Jim Ryan era. They want to wash their hands completely of it.
He's the head of PlayStation Studios. So he reports to
Which he's not going to last long like Jim Ryan did. And by the way, when they hired Jim Ryan, I also said he wasn't going to last. Because I talked to Captain Catch about that. Because Captain Catch says, I think he'll do fine. I was like, I don't think so, man. I think he's too much of a corporate yes man. And that's what happened. And Jim Ryan was out of there before the gen ended.
Well, they're going in a different direction, which is good. And everyone's like, "Oh, see, they can't keep CEOs." I'm like, dude, that's
Okay,
maybe
here's
that's
the
a good
problem.
thing.
I see a lot of Xbox guys shitting on them. Oh, well, they canceled all their games, blah, blah. The live service games isn't their forte. It's Microsoft's forte, but it's not Sony's forte.
Right.
So you're criticizing Sony for recognizing, hey, we just lost a ton of money on Concord. We should just cancel all this other stuff. So you're getting angry at them for recognizing, unlike Microsoft, who couldn't get the hint about Crackdown 3 and Redfall and whatever else.
Right.
Bleeding Edge. So would you want Sony to release these games and just rip everybody off? No. It's good that they stopped and they said, you know what? This isn't what we do. Like, we're cutting this off. Their
Change is a
fans don't
good
want
thing.
that. The PlayStation people, they don't really want the live service games. Xbox was built on live service, so it's good for Xbox to have live service games. That's why you have competition, guys.
Yes.
You have one brand that does something different than the other brand. Sony does the single player stories good, and Microsoft does the online stuff better. Hence, that's why I have both consoles.
And sometimes you need to change leadership to get things accomplished. I mean, I hate to say it, but look at Nintendo.
Look at
And a lot of-
Microsoft.
Well, they're in that. I think they're in the place.
Some of
they
the
are
calls they've
because
been
of
making,
that.
they need new leadership.
Right, and nobody seems to recognize that, but that's a different story. But like with Nintendo, Iwata passed away. They got that other guy in
Iwata
there.
was killing that company, man. Holy
Right.
shit. He was taking them with him.
Yeah, and so they had to get the other guy in. He started to sell all the stuff, not hold anything back. get them
Nintendo
some
had that
money.
after Iwata passed away, they had the interim CEO. He was the older dude.
Yeah,
That guy said, "Why are we sitting on Amiibo? Get them out in every stores." That guy said, "Why are we sitting on these games? Get them out."
and
That
they
guy
needed
said,
that money.
"That guy said, hey, there's money out there. We should actually go for it."
Yep.
Where Iwata was like holding a lot of, he was gatekeeping a lot of stuff. Like they were only shipping small supply of Amiibo out there. People were scalping them. You know, you realize that scalpers were making more money than Nintendo on these Amiibo
Oh, it was
because
10 times
Nintendo
the
wanted to
amount.
create a scarcity, but they never like replenished them. So it wasn't even helping Nintendo. Like at that point.
Right, and that's where the other guy recognized it, and he's like, "We're like dead on money right now. We need money." So he got.
Well,
the
it wasn't that they were
influx of
dead
money.
on money, but they lost their ass on the Wii U.
Right.
And in order to recuperate that, this guy's like, just get everything out there. This thing, it's a piece of plastic, and we're making $20 off these things. Get them
Right.
out.
And then they got the new guy, and he did the switch, and they've been fine since.
And the new
they
guy has been
need-
all right.
Right.
But, I mean, sometimes you need to change it up. Sometimes people have
Yeah.
been in their spots for too long. You got to get rid of them.
Herman
they
Hulse
got-
tweeted, he was like, "It's a true privilege to be asked.
It's a
to lead the
privilege
new
to be
studio
demoted.
Business group to be asked to lead the new business group for Sony. I'm excited to continue working with incredibly talented teams and studios to deliver unforgettable games. and
Mark my
entertainment."
words. He will not last this year.
No,
No,
he's
he's
gonna spend time.
I
with
give
his
it till
family.
the end of the summer, and this guy's not going to be there anymore.
he's gonna take a permanent vacation with his family.
And remember, too, Nintendo had to get rid of Reggie. Like that's when all the change.
Well, we
started
knew
to
he was
really-
on his way out, too.
Yeah. I don't know why it's so bad.
Again,
though.
you can
The
see the
problem
shit
with-
coming from a mile
and-
away if you just read the signs.
And we talked about Reggie. The problem with Reggie was he was a great figurehead for like the audience, but he was a yes man, and that was the problem with Reggie. We talked about that on here years ago.
Yeah.
Because
Reggie wanted to just come out and be like, yeah, he wants to wear the pins and the hats and like
that's
be like that cool guy.
that's fine, but when he would do interviews, he would just be like, "Oh, well, you know." It's like, what do you
he
mean,
was
you know?
very
What are you
wishy-washy.
talking about? You got problems
Yeah.
here at Nintendo, and you don't want to fix them.
Yeah.
Like
And
Reggie's
thank
job.
God this
Reggie's job was to let the Japanese know what works in America and what doesn't work.
Right.
And Reggie was doing interviews saying, well, they want to do this. What do you mean they want to do that? You got to tell them what they got to do here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Mario Brothers, the second game, okay? They had some fucking kid in the Bronx play it in a warehouse. Oh, yeah, this game's too hard. And the guy was like, really? It's too hard? So he went back and told Japan, and Japan's like, give them a dumbed down version because they're stupid over there. And
It's
we got
true.
Super Mario Brothers too.
Because they're stupid.
And then
But that's what I'm saying. Like they need eyes and ears here, and that's what Reggie's job was. And Reggie was just going along to get along, or going along to get along, whatever it is.
And thank God the Switch did what it did for in America and in Japan, because we wouldn't be sitting here getting excited for a Nintendo console. You know what I mean? So
Right.
If you look at the difference between Reggie's interviews and Doug Bowser is like a professional.
Oh,
sounding
right,
guy.
yeah.
Like that's what they need.
I'm not saying Reggie wasn't professional, but the problem was Reggie was a yes man, and that was the issue.
Yeah, he was very like wishy washy about stuff. Like
You
didn't
have
seem
to.
like-
This is why guys like what's his name? Who was the guy that ran Xbox? He got the Grand Theft Auto tattoo. Was it Peter Moore? Peter Moore.
Peter Moore, yeah,
He
yeah.
would tell Bomber. He'd be like, that shit's not going to work. And Bomber would fight with him, and he would fight with Bomber. And at the end of the day, they would come to a compromise.
sometimes that's how you have to do it, though. You have to have someone to be like, yo, that kind of sucks. Like, that's not going to get anywhere.
Because
Instead of
Bomber
just,
knew-
like, coasting.
Steve Ballmer knew that this guy knew what he was talking about, but he wanted to see where he was at. Ballmer's job is to get them to both line up. That's what you got to do. That's why Microsoft was so successful back then with the Xbox 360 generation.
Well, they even said that in that documentary that they really had to fight for stuff because the higher ups wanted to be like, is this really like worth fighting for? Are you sure this is gonna work? Remember, like they had to yell and scream at the meetings and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I know.
this is how it was. Because now forget it. Satya tells Phil, "You're gonna do this," and he goes, "Okay, okay."
Yeah, but we don't know what the extent is. We don't know if Phil Spencer's a yes man or not. We have no idea.
It seems like it, but you're right. We don't really know. I'm just guessing.
It seems like it, or he's given Satya the ideas to keep his job. We don't know.
Could be too.
I'm
Right.
sure when somebody writes a book. And Fred, unfortunately, it looks like Phil Spencer might be sick.
Oh, really?
They call him Ozempic Phil for a reason. However,
Wow.
if you watch his recent interviews, you can hear in his voice, something's not right, man. The guy is sick. I think he's sick. So, Fred, you jinxed Phil Spencer. You said by the time Perfect Dark comes out, Phil Spencer will be in hospice. You might not be that far off, Fred.
In Minecraft.
You jinxed him.
Uh,
Now listen to me. I hope that one day they write a book about all this stuff because it'd be interesting to find out what really happened.
yeah, when years pass and stuff finally gets, brought up again, it's like, all right,
Right.
what really went down, and then some of this industry dirt in the gaming world will come out.
I'm sure.
Like it has in the past. And then remember when Reggie went to GameStop? Like that was a good move. Yeah,
He's
GameStop.
taking a company with him, says Richard. Yeah, that's what I said.
That was funny, but messed up.
I'm sorry, Frank. Is that not what really happened?
True. That's why it's funny.
This
I
guy
read
was dying and he was killing Nintendo.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
So I read something like it says something
Ugh.
here that that Phil Spencer he had like he had the picnic, I think. That's what they were saying.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how true it is.
Maybe.
That's just what I'm saying. That's just what I was
He
saying.
was definitely sick. You can hear it in his voice. I mean, people say, "Oh, he lost a lot of weight," which he did, but he's got something going on because you can hear in his voice something ain't right.
Yeah, that's all I saw. Like on like the when I looked.
Because he ain't turning 80 next week, but he sounds like he's 80 years old. Something's up.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully he's all right. Listen,
How old is he?
I don't know, but listen, just because we talk like bad about like the way he runs Microsoft doesn't mean like we want him to like get sick and shit. Like, come on, he's a
Well,
human
it's not that-
being.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Yeah, no.
Not that serious.
He's 57.
He's just a crappy used car salesman. That's all he is. But we don't wish anything, no ill will towards the guy.
No.
He lost a lot of weight. I will say his color looked better, but maybe he's dying. I don't think he's dieting mental. You can hear in his voice. Rewatch those interviews from a couple days ago. His voice is
Yeah.
fading. So hopefully he's got
He's
something going on.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't have something going on. Jesus Christ.
Mhm. Hopefully he has something
Hopefully he
going
does
on.
not have any.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It's okay.
But yeah, I mean, Sony, we kind of saw this. They did let go of a bunch of people last year, and different things were changing with their direction of stuff. So I think Sony's just gonna try to figure stuff out, and then Herman Munster over there is only going to be there for so much longer.
Let's all call it.
Yeah, Herman Munster. I don't think he's going to last the rest of the year. I think he's
What
out.
company is he going to go to next?
Probably EA.
That's a good question.
EA. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see him in EA.
Yeah.
Ubisoft's not going to last, so there's no reason for him to go
No.
over there.
That's a sinking ship at this point.
Yeah,
Probably
he's got to be
won't
going to EA. Remember I said that on this day, January 29th, 2025. I believe Herman Holst will end up in EA or at EA. He ain't going to Xbox. Not with his track record.
They're going to put him in charge of VIO. But wait, we got rid of that. Yep, that's the idea.
Imagine if he takes over for Phil Spencer.
Oh my
Xbox is in
God.
big trouble.
What would people say? They'd be like, "Wait, we hate this guy, but now he's in charge." Like,
Exactly. That's going to
horrible.
happen. You know that.
yep.
People are blaming him for Concord. I'm like, bro, that was a Jim Ryan sign off.
That was all.
I don't like
Ryan.
Herman Holst. I'm not defending him in that way, but that was Jim Ryan, man. He signed on all those games.
Yeah,
That's why they canceled all those games, because the guy they didn't want there signed off on it.
he had no idea. He had no pulse on the the fans at all. Jim
If
Ryan
Fred
was
worked for
cool.
me and Fred ordered, I don't know, 50 cases of Mountain Dew, and I fire Fred, I'm canceling those 50 cases of Mountain Dew because I didn't order them.
Right.
I say, Fred, order like fucking 2 cases of Mountain Dew. And Fred orders 50 of them. And then I get pissed off at Fred. I was like, you know what? You're fired. Get out of here. I'm going to look at my charts and be like, why did he order 50 cases? I'm canceling this shit.
Right. You have no passion for Mountain
That's what I'm
Dew,
saying. So it was all Jim Ryan's fault. And Herman sucks too. But I don't expect him to last. I think he's going to be on his way out.
Maybe he'll go to Guerrilla Games. Isn't that who makes Horizon? His favorite.
That's
game?
where he came from, Frank. Why is he going to fucking step down from CEO and go work at a developer studio?
Well,
He's done.
He's gonna get fired, so he's got to go somewhere, right?
But he came
Unless
from
they
there.
they sent him a trusty care package and sent him on his way.
Nah, he'll go spend time with his family.
I think Sony's going to make him leave.
Yeah.
Putting him in this position is probably already part of that.
Also end up at Naughty Dog eventually. Nah, no, he won't. And marry Neil Druckmann? Maybe.
God.
That might happen.
Because Neil Druckmann has to be the director and writer of every Naughty Dog game ever.
Can he leave and go to Hollywood and never come back? Neil
I
Druckmann?
hope
There
so,
is no
man.
Hollywood left. Fucking thing burnt
Yeah.
down.
It did.
He
But
can offer
also,
the new one.
I think there's there needs to be a new creative mind at the wheel. And I'll play the new game, the space game, and I'll give it a chance. I'm not going to be like this hater. I do like Naughty Dog. But at the same time, I don't like their last few efforts. So I'm
Yeah,
a
I'll
little
check this game out. But again,
skeptical.
well, is it going to be gameplay or is it going to be story? Like Last of Us 2 drove me nuts.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know.
Last of Us 2 had the gameplay, but the story just took you out of it.
Uncharted 4 was honestly their last greatest game, I think. As far as story and gameplay,
Oh, yeah,
Uncharted
well,
4 is
Fred
awesome.
knows all about that game.
I played it way too many times.
Yeah.
How many times did you beat Uncharted 4, Fred?
Like 4 maybe.
You beat Uncharted 4 times?
Yeah.
What's
I got
the ending?
platinum in that game.
What's the ending? I could tell you that. I only beat it
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
Hollywood, Florida exists. How much is it for a digital PS5? I think it's still $374, the Fortnite bundle. They're trying to get rid of them.
Even though they had a Fortnite bundle.
Yeah, it was for Christmas. They had it.
Yeah.
They still got some left over. They're trying to get rid of.
Yeah, they're lingering from November.
Uncharted was a good series, says J-Man. I played 1 through 3. Well, I played 2 and I thought the game was over and it was just the beginning. And I was like, I can't. This game is too long.
Yeah.
It was the train where you fight the Macho Man guy.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, this has to be the last level, right? And I beat it and the game keeps going. And I'm like, man, I stayed up all night for this. I was up for 8 hours.
Yeah, it's a long game.
And I was like, bro, I'm done. Like, I can't keep playing this game.
I remember staying up for all night, and it was 6 a.m. I was playing Last of Us, and it's the last part of the game when you're right outside the hospital. And I was like, oh, we got to do a whole nother section. And then at that point, I was like, I'm just going to stay up and just finish it. And that's what I did, because I was just I was so into it. I was like, you know what? There's no point in going to bed, because I thought it was going to wrap up soon. I was like, oh shit, we got the whole last section of this game. I mean, and the hospital isn't too long, but it's decently long. Unlike the show where it's just done, and you're like, what?
We'll talk
You're
about the
HBO,
show.
you have time. Yeah, it was. I definitely have stayed up late playing those games because they're just really good. At least those ones.
Mental says
But they're
Uncharted's a good series, but there's so much stuff in the game that drives me crazy. I never finished them in one go. To take breaks from them. Yeah, me too, man. That's
Yeah.
the problem with Uncharted.
It's definitely a lot of stuff they have to do.
Each
but-
one does get longer.
Mhm.
By the time they got to Last of Us 2, I mean, that's a
Yeah, but here's the
23-hour game.
problem, man. They make these games too long. I don't have time for this shit, man. I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm not 13 years old anymore playing Ocarina of Time.
I get it.
You know, we had the internet, but we didn't have smartphones and crazy stuff like that. literally you had a TV and you had an N64, and you had all the time in the world.
I wish I could go back to that.
Yeah, and I would be probably successful at streaming back then because I'd be playing games all night long. That's what I used to do. You just can't do that anymore. As you get older, it's just not something that you do.
There's no time.
So they got to stop with these games, and it costs them a ton of money for what?
Yeah, there has to be just a balance of gameplay. You can still keep it cinematic, but just keep people invested. And I think at least with Uncharted 4, while it was a longer game, it still kind of kept me invested. But I agree, like sometimes you do have to break it up and like take a little bit of a break if it seems a little.
Especially the puzzles too. Like sometimes the puzzles, like you can like be scratching your heads from them. Like they're not hard, like they're not that bad, but still you can be like just like what the hell is going on?
You can adjust the accessibility, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like Naughty Dog has awesome accessibility options for the games recently. So
playing that shit on the hardest difficulty is a nightmare.
Yeah, crushing is like you're just heartbroken.
Oh my
every time
God.
you die. But yeah, I mean, I want to go back and play Last of Us 2 at some point. I played it on the Pro, and that thing looked insane. Same thing with Resident Evil 4 Remake. But Naughty Dog's got the graphics down. They never had a problem with good-looking graphics.
Beautiful. Like I played the Lost Legacy, like the
yeah,
spin-off with the girls. Like
yeah,
that game looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it looks freaking gorgeous.
And then they got
game.
The Last of Us 2 after Legacy, and then it was like that's their peak graphically. So now with the space game, I'm sure it's going to try to push more, space exploring, going down to each planet and fighting, and whether it's sword fighting or parrying. Because
That's space. I better get some laser guns.
If you go back, it's so funny because I went back and watched The Last of Us 2 Grounded documentary about like making the game, and they literally said that like we wanted the game to be like Bloodborne. They're like, yeah, like the game originally didn't have any weapons and you were just meleeing, and they're like, we were really inspired by Bloodborne. I guarantee you they're gonna take that and use it with the space game. They're gonna like try to make it this like Souls-like game. I guarantee you that they're going to do that. That's because they seemed very excited about doing that. And then they're like, we went back to the drawing board after. I'm like, yeah, because if you did that for Last of Us 2, it'd be fucking stupid. Nobody would have played that. They literally say it. They're like, we like word verbatim, like we wanted to be like Bloodborne. It's like Bloodborne's awesome, but like not Last of Us 2.
It's not fun. The scarcity is not fun in these games. I don't know why they think that. Like Ghost of Tsushima, you just have a sword and it doesn't break. Like, yes, that's good. That's what I want. Why do they make these games where stuff breaks and there's no ammo?
Hey,
even Ninja Gaiden has like your main weapons that like you could just use. You're not like, oh, the durability is broken. It's like you have to,
I get why Zelda added that. By the way, I don't think you guys remember Ocarina of Time. The Master Sword breaks in half. Remember, you got to get the real Master Sword. The Goron guy has to fuse it to make it the real Master Sword.
It wasn't as bad as like Breath of the Wild, though, or breaks all the
We
time.
talked about this last night on Gaming After Dark. Noof Nukem was upset with these swords breaking, these weapons breaking.
By the newer Zeldas. I think a lot of Zelda fans are pretty just like ready to go back, it seems. Because everybody that I know is like, yeah, kind of just want to go back.
I don't listen to me. Zelda's like, to me, it's done. Like, because what Frank was showing me with Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, this isn't Zelda, man. This is stupid.
This
is really dumb.
It's going to go back though to a linear style game because
I want it to go back to an action game. I don't care about linear.
I don't know. People are going to be like, but guys, it sold well. I know it sold well.
I want a guy with a sword, a shield, and he rescues a princess. How hard is that?
That's what I want back.
I don't want Ellen DeGeneres running around. Like,
it's
this
like,
guy's an elf boy. He needs to have his elf costume on. End of story. There you go. Axel's angry at Anthony now.
It's all right. Axel's like, one of many people that don't like it, or like it. But
I'll take an open world Zelda, but I want it to be a Zelda game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of this crap where it's Nintendo adding these stupid little gimmicks in the game, and it's like, okay, I get that, but make that a different game.
The engineering was way too much. Like that's like a whole nother league of insanity.
And for me,
Breath of the Wild wasn't as bad like that, but
like for me, like I don't have a stake in the race because I don't play the Zelda games. I appreciate that.
I used to play them.
I played
just-
them all.
I just see my friends react to the Zeldas, and that's what I've seen. So I'm not speaking.
What do your
it as
friends think of
fact.
the current one?
Callie didn't really get into it. A couple of my other friends, like they played it, they liked it, but they didn't like it as much as Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild seemed to be pretty responsive.
Breath of the Wild, listen, they did the right thing with that game because it's like a mixture of The Witcher meets Zelda.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's a step up for Zelda.
Yeah, when I watched Callie played it, I was like, this looks awesome. Like, this looks like a fun game. And
More
it took
pure.
her like over a year to beat it, like on and off, because it was a long game. You know, it was a long Zelda game.
It would be nice if they remade A Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time. Listen to me. I don't think you guys understand this, but A Link to the Past was Nintendo Power's #1 game for 5 years in a row. And yes, it's their own game in their own magazine, but still. That's a tall order for 5 years.
Yeah.
You need Tifa and Unreal 5 engine. Okay. I mean, Tifa's pretty good in the remake.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I have that footage. I'm an idiot. I didn't even drop that footage. I'm going to drop that in now.
Frank,
Oh.
did you play the CDI games too? The Zelda CDI games?
I played them at Perry's. He had a wand of Gamelon, or so that's the
Wand
only
of
time I ever
Gamelon?
played
Oh,
it.
man.
But
You could burn those
Yep.
games and play them on a CDI.
yeah, those
I have a
never
CDI right in the
played.
closet with the video card.
Is that the VHS box one?
The what?
no, they're for a game console.
The big one, the game console, the Philips CDI.
Yeah, I have both. I have a gigantic Philips CDI in the garage in the box, and then I have the normal one, the little gray one. It's not little, but it's the VCR looking gray one here. But there's one that looks like it's the size of like it looks like a 5-disc like CD player or DVD player. It's gigantic.
It's huge.
I don't count those Zelda games, but I did play it for a little bit.
Yeah,
with
you don't
Perry.
count them because you're trying to kiss Nintendo's butt, but they do count.
They
Nintendo
suck.
signed off on them. They count.
Oh, that's true. And there are other Zelda games that suck.
They
too,
count.
so.
I'm sorry. Nintendo put the licensing on there. They count.
Using the freaking TV remote to freaking play those games.
By the way, was Rebirth like godly on PC? I didn't see your
Yes.
stream. Oh, sucks.
I bought it on PlayStation. I never even ended up playing it.
I didn't even start it yet. I'm like, crap.
I'm going to put the video in the thing here. You might hear it for 1 second. I'm going to mute it.
I mean, people say it runs good on the Pro too, so I'll try it out. I already bought it, so I might as well.
I would say just it's on sale for PC right now,
I know.
and it
so
was
tempted.
correct. So you could try it there too. The thing is, I'm going to just buy it on PC because if I'm playing this game, I'm playing it once.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
I'm not going
Oh,
back.
So long.
Final Fantasy Rebirth, Jamie on.
Rebirth. Did I
Yeah,
say
Rebirth,
remake?
yeah.
What did I say?
No, Jamie, I was just asking what game we were talking about.
Great game.
I gotta play it. I'm on the fence. Maybe I'll just pick.
I
it up
like the
on
remake
PC.
too. The remake was good too.
Well, yeah. I mean, this Rebirth is the remake. It's the second part of the remake, Fred.
The first part was so good.
Yeah.
You want to buy my Sony account, Fred? This way you'll have the game.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell them the whole.
I have a
account.
digital copy I don't need right now. Okay, good. That was you just reminded me, Frank. So there you go. Got rid of the Rise of the Ronin. But yeah, this game is great. I enjoyed it. It's on PC now. That's where I wanted to buy it originally, but they never announced it. The minute I buy it on PlayStation, I didn't get around to it. They announced it on PC. I'm like, come on, man.
You keep doing that with these games.
Yeah, well, at least I bought it when it was on sale on PSN, but still, now I'm never really going to play it.
Yeah.
So that sucks. So they also said, what was it, last week or this week, that the third part is going to be on the current gen console.
Which is odd because
It won't be on PlayStation 6, the Rebirth, or whatever the next one's called.
Because this one took 5 years, so I guess they're gonna put the next one out sooner.
Didn't take
Maybe it's
5
not-
years. It took 4 years. This game came out last year.
Oh right, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, so maybe they'll just put it out a little sooner. That's fine. Just
Hope
get it
so.
out and get it over with.
You want to be her Vo? What's that?
from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
you
What
read
about
those?
Vatty? Does anybody know what Vatty is?
Yes,
Who he is?
Vatty.
I like how they tried to fool you that there was a new villain called Vatty, and he's just there to resurrect Ganon like Agnem was, or whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
Yeah,
It's the same
he was
thing.
just- he was just there for a purpose. That was it. They
For
just
the
used
lulz.
him.
Well, they fooled everyone. It's like Ninja Turtles, where they used to fool you. Oh, Shredder's not behind this, and he's really behind it at the end.
Yeah, of course. They're caught in the endless loop. It's always Ganondorf or Ganon.
You know, his name was Ganon, okay? Ever since Ocarina came out, he's Ganondorf. And it's like, Dorf sounds so stupid.
Because that's his that form is Ganondorf. The Ganon is.
I know
giant,
that.
like,
But that
Oh,
wasn't
is it
his
really?
fucking form in the original games.
right.
I didn't know his form had another name. I thought it was. I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, because Ocarina of Time screwed everything up. That's why.
It kind of did. If you
We
think
just
about
saw it in Smash. When
You
we were
know
Smash tournament,
That
we saw
Ocarina of
Ganon.
Time stole a bunch of shit from A Link to the Past, right?
Yeah.
The
totally.
Ocarina's in there. The Zelda Lullaby song. All those songs debuted in A Link to the Past.
Yep.
A lot of
I
people
know.
don't realize that.
As time goes on, the more that I think that you're onto something, that A Link to the Past is the best Zelda.
It's the
'cause it
best
has
game.
everything.
I'm sorry. It is. I don't care what anybody says in the chat. If you haven't played that game, then you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It literally has everything to make a good Zelda game.
And yes, you
it's
do
just
turn into a
good.
bunny, but for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. It's not like it's not like when
Very
you turn into a
dwarf.
chicken.
It would be Periwinkle, by the way. I love Ocarina of Time. I beat that game. However, it's not the greatest in the series.
Yeah.
A Link to the Past is number 1. Number 2, I'll give to Ocarina of Time. Number 3, I would probably give to Link's Awakening. Number 4 would be probably the very first game, because that game is like a horror game. A lot of people don't realize that. The first Zelda's scary, man. The music,
it
the
was-
dungeons, the dragon, everything. You hear the dragon like making noise, and you're not even in the room with them yet. You have the hands coming out of the wall to grab you and everything. That's like a horror game.
And it was like one of the first open world games. They just set you free. They're like, "Oh, just go."
It was
Find a
great.
sword."
But it
Yeah.
wasn't the best. A Link to the Past took all that and refined it.
It was on this thing.
Ew, what is on it?
Yeah.
There's like a booger on it.
Fred, what are you doing here? Nintendo's like, what are you doing, man?
I don't
See,
know what happened.
The first
I-
one I did play. I have played the original. That's like the one Zelda game. I know I was saying earlier I haven't really got into them, which I really haven't. But
I still have
played
my
the
OG
original.
copy.
See, I love Wind Waker, but it's just because it hit at the right time of my age and stuff. That's why, like, I know it's not the best, but I love
Right.
that game. But
Wind Wanker, Wanker.
Wind
Wind
Waker. Dude,
Like,
When Henry Winkler.
that's where the blue outfit originated. It was the pajamas. So when they showed Breath of the Wild, everyone's like, "Why is he wearing the pajamas?" So stupid.
That's the Ellen DeGeneres costume.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Wind Waker,
God.
it was just his pajamas.
You know, the fact that he wears that on the cover of Smash Ultimate just annoys me.
I know. I
does he
don't know
have
why.
different outfits on it, at least, or no?
in the game?
Yeah,
But not in
But on the
Smash? He's
cover-
stuck in that.
On Smash, he defaults as Ellen DeGeneres.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And on the cover, he's Ellen DeGeneres. And I'm like,
Yeah.
why? This is a Link.
But he has the retro costume in there, right? At least you could
Yeah,
That's
change
like
it.
putting
You can change
Mario
the
in like,
color.
I don't know, a Hawaiian shirt. Like Mario doesn't wear a Hawaiian shirt. He wears his little overalls.
Yeah, he does have the retro costume in the game too, Anthony.
Yes, it's in the game, but it's not on the cover.
Yeah, I know it's stupid. It's so dumb.
You know that I don't like how they promote that one. You're right, because in all the promotional stuff since the Wii U, they've used this blue tunic that's like stupid. Like I don't know, they got to go back to like his regular
It's not a
outfit.
tunic. He's wearing a blue dress.
They also have 3 different types of Links in Smash Ultimate too, because they have that one. They have
That's
Toon
okay.
Link, they
That's
have
fine.
Young Link.
But
Yeah.
why is he on the cover looking like Ellen? That's what I want to know. He's
He's
got
on
to
the
wear his
cover of
green
the,
his green cap and his green garb. That's the way that Zelda needs to look. Let's see here. Axel says number 1 is Ocarina. 23 is Faces of Evil. Wand of Gamelon.
What?
Atari. What's he doing? He's going crazy in here.
Wow, he said Link to the Past is number 100.
Wow.
took
Well,
a
he
shot.
doesn't know what Zelda is then. By the way, Axel, did you ever watch the cartoon? Because I did.
It's Melee.
I watched it when it aired.
Like
That's the best Smash Brothers
I
game.
have it on DVD.
that's like him looking normal.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do
Where'd
it.
you get that from?
He stole it.
No
I
one
had
can
this since
find
I was a
these.
kid.
No one can find that copy. Come on.
That's the best.
You know, I had a
that's-
customer who bought every time I got that game in stock, he would come in and buy it.
Wow.
Why?
For his LAN parties or on the CRTs.
That was the guy that brought the CRT and left it with me, and I had to throw it away.
Oh,
Yeah.
He would every time I got that game in, he came in and bought it every single time.
That's
And
crazy.
he even joked like, "Oh, when I pass, my kids are just gonna put this in my coffin and bury me with all these copies that I'm buying." I don't really have TVs. Oh man, okay. Well, you got to check that out, Axel. It's on DVD.
it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You should watch the Mario cartoon too.
Well, wait a minute here. There's like 20 different Mario cartoons.
You mean the Super Show?
The
There's only
Super
one
Show.
to
He's got to
name.
watch the Super Show with Captain Lou Albano as Mario
That's the best one.
because that ties into the Zelda cartoon. So
Right.
Axel's got to look up the Zelda cartoon and the Super Show. And he's going to have a really fun time.
Sweet. Yeah. I remember them.
What's up, Cam?
What's up,
Cam
Cam?
May, he actually came in before you came in. He came in Discord and said hello to us.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Cam. I got Zelda and Super Show cartoon on Amazon watchlist. Okay, cool. So it's on Amazon.
Yeah, at least it's easy,
Oh, I'll watch the movie
easily
again.
accessible. Because some of this shit, it's not easily streamable, or like you have to get the physical sometimes. Like, some of this stuff because of like, distribution or rights issues.
And they
it's hard
also put that same Zelda and Link in Captain N the Game Master.
to.
Yeah,
Mm.
I have that too.
I have that too on DVD. That show is awesome. I used to watch that as a kid too.
Beavis Dub on the Zelda cartoon. I don't know if I've seen that one.
It was like a meme for a while. People used to share clips of it with like overdubs in the early 2000s.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That was a great show. That Zelda show. Ganon was like, for a cartoon, he literally scared kids in that cartoon.
He was a villain.
Yeah, he
Cartoons
was.
used to be so good back then.
Bro,
I don't
in
know
one
now.
episode they actually kill him. So
Yeah.
in the cartoon, right? Whenever they kill Ganon's minions, they're in like it's like an hourglass, like a vault before they could like respawn. And he's at the end, he's always like yelling at them while they're in this vault. Well, they kill him. Right? And then he ends up in the damn vault and he's screaming in the vault and everything. It's crazy. I'm telling you, that cartoon was crazy. Axel, take care, buddy. Thanks for hanging out.
Later,
Yeah,
Axel.
Axel.
Maybe
Later,
I'll
buddy.
see you
Okay.
next week, Axel.
And remember,
Just
Tears
saying.
of the Kingdom sucks.
I got to work on Stranger's Paradise. What?
Oh yeah, I never played that.
But yeah, that cartoon was not. That was no joke, man. There was some crazy shit back then.
That was
Yeah.
back when cartoons were good.
Yeah, it was on the level of like G.I. Joe, I would say, with seriousness. Cartoons were serious back in the day.
It had a lot of.
Why do you think
adult
X-Men
themes.
was so popular back then? Because it was very serious. It was a serious show.
They really put effort into them back then. Like everything, the theme song, the animation, the
Yeah.
Oh,
story,
yeah.
like it was so
Yep.
much better back then. Now forget it. These
You know what
cartoons-
ruined cartoons? The Superman cartoon, the Batman cartoon. Because they did this thing where the guy's chest would stick out and he would have a small head, and I'm like, this is not art. This is
Yeah,
just stupid.
yep.
Yeah, the art style completely changed over time.
Yeah, and then they did what? When I was working at Best Buy, they had this X-Men Evolution, and the guys look like shit. And I was like, this isn't people drawing.
Do you like the Spider-Man MTV show?
Now I have that on Blu-ray. Ryan really likes that show.
They actually look normal in that show. It's not like over exaggerated like you were
Right.
saying, because I know what you mean. Like in that era, it started to like change.
You
like,
watch Ninja Turtles, they got muscles. You can see the veins in their arm. They look like wrestlers.
Yeah.
And the Spider-Man cartoon, he's like built and everything. But then like the MTV one, he's like a little like slob, this guy.
A little sloth.
A little slow.
Like they dumb
Yeah.
these characters down.
Yeah, and it sucks because even though it's still with like, you know, Marvel or whatever, or DC, whatever the case may be, right? It's like the artists change from show to show, so sometimes their interpretation is completely different. That's what sucks about the different like series, where it's not like, you know, like with live action stuff, you have to worry about, okay, maybe the costume looks slightly different, but it's live action. But the cartoon, it's like, oh, if only you just did like a little bit different here with the drawing, like, you know, it's like it makes all the difference with it being like memorable, you know, or stand out, like something that stands out
Plus,
from those 90s cartoons.
The Zelda and Mario cartoons use the sound effects from the game.
Oh, okay.
So when he
nice.
fires the sword, right? Because in the original Zelda, you could shoot the sword. It makes that noise, that zapping noise.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
And
So
when
if
he
you
picks
already
up
have it, might as well use it.
when he picks up a ruby or rupee, whatever the hell it's called, it makes the noise like from the game. When he places the bomb, it makes the bomb noise. It's crazy.
It's kind of like with the Sonic movie, where like it tries to make accurate noises, at least somewhat, to
Yeah.
the games. You know what I mean? Which is cool. It's like you might as well just do it if you're gonna. I mean, that's more live action, but you know what I mean. Same thing.
And again, I grew up with the 90s cartoons. Were legit staple. So was Toonami. I remember that.
Oh yeah, Toonami.
Mortal Kombat had a
Toonami was
cartoon.
awesome.
Yeah, they did. It was called something Forces, right? It was on USA Network out of all the... It was on Saturday mornings on like USA or something, which is weird, but...
I never.
And
saw
like
that.
Raiden's driving a tank and everything. I was like, this is like G.I. Joe with Mortal Kombat. That's all that crap was.
Wasn't there a Was it a McDonald's VHS tape?
Yeah.
Of what?
I have,
Okay.
I have it. They the same people who made the Rugrats made a McDonald's cartoon in like the late 90s, mid to late 90s.
Was there one about like a pirate or something like that? Like they were like going
There's
to
a bunch.
treasure. Like I that's the one.
I would have
remember
to see it
watching.
to remember that.
Yeah, they're in the exact same style as Rugrats. It's hilarious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Hamburglar looks like Tommy Pickles. I have the one where they visit Grimace. I have it on
That's
tape.
cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's just cool to see like some of that art style from that time. It just really encapsulates that era, you know?
Yeah. Because it starts out like that cartoon. I remember it started out as like live action. They're like actually like
Yep.
Ronald McDonald, and
Yeah.
then they go into cartoon world, I guess.
Yeah. The
what I
McDonald
remember.
world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good times back then, but
Mhm.
forget it now.
Yeah, now it's
sucks.
now I feel like you get more benefit from I mean, there's a lot of crappy live action stuff, but I think there's just better live action stuff.
But that was
over
your
some of it.
promotion back then. You had the Mario Brothers show on, and every Friday the Mario Brothers show would turn into Zelda. Zelda was only on once a week. It was on every Friday.
Yeah.
But you had that, and then Saturday morning they had the breakfast. You could buy the breakfast. And by the way, the Nintendo cereal, one side was Mario, one side was Zelda. It was two different cereals.
That's
I've seen
cool.
a photo, but I never had it. I wasn't around.
Yeah, that was the promotion back then.
It was everywhere. You
It was
know?
everywhere.
Yeah. That's cool.
But you know why they had the sounds in the show? Because they want you to play the game.
Yeah. It like triggers you to go play it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh. It's funny because when I was a kid, there was so little physical merchandise for like Nintendo games. Like now they have figures.
Oh,
and
Ninja
everything else.
Turtles. We were dying for them to just sell the bandanas. Now they sell them. But
Yeah,
I'm 41 years old. What am I going to do with it?
I couldn't find.
I was like, man, if we had this stuff back then,
Oh yeah.
they sell the weapons now and stuff. It's like, man, Grandpa had to make me a bow. You realize that?
Wow. 'Cause they didn't have it.
Kids don't know
He
how good
took
they
a-
have it now. They could just buy it for
Someone was
15
throwing
bucks.
out like a bed, and he took a bedpost and he shaped it into a bow.
Oh.
And
That's
instead
so
of white
cool.
tape on it, like Donatello, he put like black electric tape on it.
That's
Hey,
funny.
that's cool.
Yeah, because they didn't sell it. Now they sell it. You go into Target, they have like all the Ninja Turtle weapons and stuff. And I'm like, wow.
There's something special.
But when I was a
you,
kid,
like-
they had to make me one.
yeah, when you have to
My-
like kind of makeshift it, you know.
My whole life, I couldn't find a Kirby toy or a Kirby doll. Now you go to Target, there was no Kirby merchandise. I wanted when Pikmin came out. I couldn't find any Pikmin stuff. I ordered Pikmin toys from like eBay from Japan because there was nothing here. You could not buy.
Well,
any
look, go
of
to
that.
the Nintendo store in New York City. You're like, there's literally everything there.
Now they have every single side
Everything.
characters. The rabbit who steals stuff in the new Mario U.
Oh,
you can buy a
Nabbit.
doll. Yeah, like they have everybody now. But when I was a kid, there was nothing. Because I was in between after the 80s stuff ended and then until they started doing this. So
Yeah.
there was nothing around.
Well, they had
Well-
the Power Ranger helmets. That's why I fucking buying them at 40 years old because they didn't have when I was a kid.
Yeah, stuff that we wanted.
They had the little ones that you buy at like CVS, the little like thin plastic you put on your face or whatever. Stupid. Nobody wanted that. 5 minutes behind, Dreadpool says, but I have the Zelda DVD. Well, you got to give it to Axel now. Axel was probably trying to look it up on Rotten Tomatoes. You tell Axel to play a game, he looks up the Metacritic score. You tell him to watch a movie, he looks it up on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like, just watch or play the game. It's not a big deal.
He has to be sure.
He's
if gonna
paranoid.
do it.
Just watch it.
I'm ready for Twisted Metal Season 2. Yeah, we all are. And we were praying to God there would be a game by then, but I guess not.
Yeah, I'm ready for season 2 and a game, but I'll accept season 2.
Yeah, and it better be good. They were setting
there
up
a
for World
release of
Tour,
that
so
yet?
let's do it. What?
Oh, it says it will be released in late 25. So this year.
Probably fall.
I am ready.
Me too.
I wanted to be a clone from Star Wars for Halloween, but I was 11. I couldn't find a Yeah, now they sell them.
Yeah.
You can go on Etsy and buy a freaking Stormtrooper costume.
They have everything now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I remember when I was a kid, it was cool to see, like, you know, kind of just like the generic, like, scary masks, but you'd have to, like, go and find the legit, like, ghost face, but there would be, like, it was always, like, the generic Jason masks, like the one with the 4 holes, and, like, you know, the one where it's just, like, the
Yeah, they
simple
always had the
hockey mask.
crappy one at, like, CVS. Like,
Yeah,
the
like-
non-Jason mask.
And then you had to go to we used to go to like Spencer's Gifts because they used to have like, you know, the ghost face costume with the heart pumping blood and the knife and all that stuff. But it was always like monsters, you know, like Wolfman, the Wolfman,
yeah,
or like
they always had that.
it was always that. And then it was just like now you go to like Spirit and it's like, you know, you got Art the Clown, you got, you know, Leatherface, you got like it's like all like lined up because you
every
have like
single Jason ever,
every
like,
Jason, because you have studios like Trick or Treat Studios who they do great job with masks, but like you can find like 8 Michael Myers masks. Where back then it was always the crappy one with his eyebrows, like like
Dude,
you know.
I wanted to be a Star Trek character. So I wanted like Vulcan ears and a Star Trek uniform. We had to order it online like 6 months before Halloween.
Oh my
because
God.
we couldn't buy. They didn't even sell. Like now,
No.
I got a Star Trek uniform in 2 days on Amazon. Literally.
Yeah,
the one
Yeah,
I had.
crazy.
But
So-
it's just like it's insane.
It's gotten so big.
Look at the This was when I was a kid. All right, if you wanted to be the Gold Ranger, you had to look like this. This was the costume from '96.
Oh man.
I mean, come on, man.
And that's the thing. This stuff was even all of these franchises were big back then, but they just didn't like want to push manufacturing, I guess, with like some of the stuff. Like it's like, dude, you could have printed money back then.
Yeah, but they
And
didn't know.
instead-
They just
yeah.
figured you're gonna take whatever they give you.
Yeah, because
That's
they
the
knew they
worst
had a.
costume I've ever seen in my life. By the
Oh,
way,
let me see this.
it just popped up on the stream. Why is this proportions all off?
Like you can't have a mask. Like there was no mask back then, so you had to wear that.
That's insane.
By the way, like they didn't have a Zelda costume. I had to be Link.
Oh yeah.
Why is ECW on here? Get that out of there. I had to be Link, and my mom had to make the outfit. I was Link in a red tunic, but I had the elf hat.
Yeah, we had to get creative back then.
Yeah, I know. Now you could just
Crazy.
buy these costumes. But back then you had to make them because nobody sold them.
Yeah. you just
Literally
order-
anything you want, you can order, and it'll be here in like 2
Yeah.
days. Like that's
Mhm.
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Dude,
That we have
sometimes
that.
even the same day.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're lucky enough, you could sometimes even the same day. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the variety wasn't there either with some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So now it's like you walk in and you have like 6 different ones
Yeah.
you can pick up from, or you have a whole section that is just a meme of the year section, and it's like all costumes relating to that. It's like it's so like trendy now. It's like, oh, we gotta put these costumes out, and they're
Like,
so
you got-
expensive.
Oh, I know. Like going to Spirit Halloween, it's like $50 for like a cheesy ass
Minimum.
costume.
It's
And
like 50 to 70, like in there, depending on how
Yeah.
extensive the costume
for
is,
a
and then
cheesy ass costume. That's
Yeah.
like,
and then they have like their branded stuff, which is like maybe $30 to $40.
yeah.
But
There's
Yeah.
there's
Trekkie
this one oh sorry.
and Trekker. Go ahead, Frank.
So there's this like mom and pop store over by over in like Middletown, I think, like by us. And there's like a little mom and pop like costume store there, and they have like old school like retro costumes and shit like that. Like it's really cool in there. It's like really really cool.
yeah, no, it's some of the old stuff now is back in, so a lot of it has gone up, and you're just like, come on, you know, at least if they sell it for the actual price or around there.
Yeah, and they
You
sell
know.
them for about the same, like about like maybe like $50, $40, something. But it's
Wow.
like it's a legit costume though.
No,
Like,
that's
it's like-
cool. Yeah,
Like good material, like good like everything. It's just like it's not like
Yeah.
just somebody.
as
I
long as
hope
it's
they're-
made well.
Yeah, I hope they're still in business. I haven't been there since like the picnic, so I don't know like if
Yeah,
they're still in business or not.
I remember first grade. I was trying to. I had to be I wanted to be. I was Leatherface, right? I had the bloody apron. I had the crazy like 2003 mask that came out, and the parade for school was coming up, but I couldn't walk as that, so I had to be an army man. You know, put the war paint on and stuff. I was so bummed.
It's so lame.
Yeah, I was
That's
so
tough.
bummed because it
Should've
was
been-
cool, man. The mask was all stitched and shit. It looked fucking
Oh
creepy.
man, did you
I
have,
wish
like, a
I still had it.
chainsaw? Did you have,
Yeah, I
like,
had a
little toy
chainsaw, yeah.
Oh man, that's freaking cool.
They
And
didn't do that stuff at school back then.
That would
No.
be killer.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah, they would not let that happen. But then you would see someone with like a ghost face mask, and they wouldn't care.
Yeah,
But they didn't
exactly.
want to scare people, so then they banned that eventually. And then
Oh, that's so dumb.
yeah, it's like as you got older,
Can
the
Halloween
teachers
be
cared less.
Halloween? The whole
But-
point of Halloween is to scare everybody.
I know.
Yeah,
Instead, you had like the teacher dressing up as an apple, and this guy's dressing up as, I don't know. So I'm just like, all right, like whatever.
I
The
remember one
dumbest
teacher
one,
was like-
man. It's when I was in the Homics in 7th grade. They had like a Halloween contest in the hallway, and there was a guy dressed as a cereal box, and he was like the serial killer, and it's like, come on, this is so stupid.
Oh Jesus!
Come on.
Uh,
He had
that
like a
was
little
already
plastic
old back
knife,
then. I feel like, yeah,
Good God!
so played out.
yeah. I remember they stopped doing the Halloween stuff at some point.
Yeah,
It was just people just became so silly with it.
Yeah, they ruin everything.
Yeah.
Man, my high school, like they would do Halloween and stuff like that, but they would get freaking nuts. The kids there would get freaking crazy. Like they'd be like TPing all over the freaking. place
Yeah, they
for
didn't even
Halloween
let us do
crap.
anything at that point.
was-
They were just like, "You're in high school, get over it." And I was like, "I still like getting free candy, but
Mhm.
I
Some
did
of
that
my
for a
teachers
couple
did
more
that.
years in high school, and then I was done. I was like, yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
So-
I stopped trick or treating. Like me and my friends did as like just like to do it to fuck around. Like in senior year of high school, we were just like, yeah, let's go trick or treating, see what happens. And then that was the last time I went trick or treating.
Let's see what happens. You guys got robbed.
see what happens.
Yeah.
You
Dr.
got,
Loomis
you got
will
robbed
come
at
out.
gunpoint.
where we were trick or treating, I'm surprised we didn't get robbed.
You might something might happen. You don't want to end up like Ben Tramer,
Yeah.
Is that him? I
In-
don't
in-
know.
in that one timeline, though, Anthony, come on. He lived in the other
exactly.
timeline.
That was the first time I was Slenderman. Was in senior year. of
Dude,
high
let me tell you something. Halloween Kills. When Tommy Jarvis goes, "You babysat me that night." It's like, we know. We know. Why are
Me
you
and Tommy
telling her?
Doyle.
She knows. She's never going to forget she babysat you that night because this guy was after her. We know.
She's all PTSD'd out and shit.
She's
Oh
telling you
my
not to go out
God.
there, and you babysat me that night. And then he goes out there and gets killed like an idiot.
Even though he's as old as she is, or older, which makes
Yeah,
no.
exactly. That was like, what
Remember
the
when
fuck?
Tommy Doyle was Paul Rudd and he actually escaped?
Yeah, he smacked him with a pipe and he bled green slime.
Bro, he beat
For
him with a
some
lead
reason.
pipe.
Ew.
And he bled green slime. I
He
don't
tried to
know.
hit him with a friggin' midget baseball bat in this movie. It's like, bro. You know what I hate about Halloween Kill at the very end? He's like killing everybody with a knife. Not one of these people jump on the back of him and try to push him down on the floor or nothing. They're all just standing there like this. Like it's
Yeah, they
like it's
take
the
it.
Matrix with the bullet thing. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Get like 10
Yeah.
people behind this guy, jump on him, get him on the floor, and beat the crap out of him.
I
They started
They're all
doing
just
that.
standing
They
there
started,
getting
like-
killed by a little knife.
You
They
see what
started doing
Batman
that.
said?
And they kill the penguin at the end of the. Yeah,
That
that's
guy,
right. That's
that
true. Yeah.
Oh
stupid
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, because nobody knows what Michael Myers looks like, even though he's been on trial, he's been on the newspapers, he's been on TV. But they
He's
thought
some-
that guy was Michael Myers.
He's a huge buff guy, and then they're like, oh, "No, it's that little fat guy that Danny DeVito look like."
Yeah.
Oh. I hated Halloween Ends. That was.
I
Halloween
think
Ends
the
was
more
bad.
I watch Kills and Ends, I hate them.
Someone-
Yeah.
Listen to me.
2018 is the best one of those three.
Someone needs to edit Batman, like hitting the button from Batman Returns, and then all the people chase the penguin looking guy
Oh man.
and make that like the ending of Batman Returns. Like the uncut ending or whatever.
Oh,
He's
that-
like, help!
The deleted
running
ending.
away.
And include the splat. where
Yes.
he's- The twitch and the splat.
Yeah.
Dude, and when he dies in Batman Returns, everyone in the theater was like laughing. It's just-
Like in the water.
it wasn't even the water. He just crashes on the floor, and then the penguins roll him into the water.
Yeah.
But he's
Well,
just
that's what I'm
standing there
saying.
like
It's
this. and
why
he
do
go-
we just see?
you just
what
see
are
the
they like-
camera on
like-
top of him, and he goes,
Because when I showed Callie that movie recently, she's like, "Well, the penguins actually do that. They actually like know when one of their people die, and then they just send them."
yes, because
in-
Tim Burton actually did his research. Unlike these guys today, they don't know what they're doing. But
Yeah, yeah, but that's still.
He actually
still a
has
great movie.
several pet penguins that live in his bathtub.
Yeah, he knows. He studies them.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Deadpool's
Just
still
put
rocking
that at
out.
the end as the extended ending. The guy is.
Yeah, the deleted ending.
Someone just has to edit that. Just upload that on YouTube. Like have it, and then it just cuts to Halloween. Like it's such an easy edit. Just put someone do
What if the
that.
penguins push him out of the window and he's splat?
Oh, that'd be so killer. Nowadays, with how you could CGI or like green screen everything, I feel like that could be done. You know, you see these crazy like AI videos.
Well,
of
there's
just like,
the fan edits. Those have been around
Yeah.
since the 90s.
oh yeah,
There was episode 1 of Star Wars. Some guy did the Phantom edit. He called it. He just took when it came out on VHS. He basically cut out all the crappy scenes and uploaded it. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, this guy is a wizard!" And I was like, "Bro, he fucking cut a
You
movie
just
that's
trimmed
already
it
out."
down.
Like,
Yeah.
What wizard?
yeah. Anybody could sit there and just cut it and be like, "Here you go. This is my version of it. This is my director's cut." It's like anybody could do that.
Those movies are what
Uh,
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
We didn't know the prequels were going to be the best movies at the time.
we did not.
Oh my god.
Well,
I
the
had
best
no idea.
sequels, I would say, even though they're prequels.
Yeah.
You know, The Force Awakens came out 10 years ago,
Ah,
That's insane.
Are you serious?
2015, brother.
Wow.
it'd be December. Actually, this December. That's crazy.
Remember that stupid trailer? And then the guy goes, "Oh, oh, oh," and I'm,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I-
"Wow, this is a
I-
parody in itself."
I love the meme. People still put the meme. It's real, all of it. When Harrison Ford is like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so stupid." I love the thing you read that he dies and Chewie loses it. That's not what happened at all.
And Chewie loses his shit. And I'm in the
Meanwhile,
theater watching this. He gets killed, and Chewie goes, "Oh,"
That's all he does.
and then he
He's like,
fires his
"Oh."
weapon. I'm like, I thought he was losing everything. What's going on here?
He's
No,
losing-
You hear all this stuff in the movies, like Wookiees rip people's arms off, and he's just like, "Nyeh,"
Yeah,
like
it's
going
like-
crazy.
Why were they embellishing so much on what happened? It's like, it's,
Oh, jeez.
Because it's the internet. What about
It's just
his
like-
monkey? Really had whoa. What's this guy talking about? With balls and padding? What are you talking about, Dreadpool? I think being on YouTube 7 years is driving him a little crazy here. Batman versus Michael Myers AI movie that could happen.
Michael Myers? Who's that?
It's John
Michael
Mayer's
Myers.
brother.
He's the mayor of
Yeah.
Gotham.
The sequels don't exist.
Batman has to take him down.
Yes, we know Disney ruined Star Wars, and we understand that. We're not
Yeah.
agreeing with that. I'm sorry, we're not disagreeing with that.
Rogue One turns 10 next year. which
Rogue
is
One was
crazy.
a really good fucking movie, though,
That,
That was
that was
okay.
my last favorite one. Honestly, I really like that.
because
Remember
you
the
took
Solo movie?
literally one little. It wasn't even a scene in the original film. It was just spoke about.
Yep, it was a line.
It was a line in the movie, like, yeah, we got these plans because there's a fucking hatch that's open. Some guy made a movie about that. And it was a great movie.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah. It was almost like the Halo Reach.
And bro, you're walking out of that
to
movie.
Halo.
You're walking out of that movie
Star Wars
like,
people, Star
this
Wars.
was a really good movie. And then the Vader scene happens. And you're just like,
Dude, that was crazy.
you're like, this
Yeah.
is even better.
I went back that weekend and someone like uploaded a cam rip of that scene, and I just kept watching it. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
the best scene in the movie ever.
Right.
Like, I had to watch it again.
My friend John, who introduced me to Star Wars when we were in like kindergarten, first grade, he was marking out at that scene. He's like, dude, no fucking way. Like, he was so excited to see that because we were in Florida and like we were around all the Star Wars shit at the time. And that was like the whole audience was like, oh, fuck. Like, that was a cool,
It was
memorable
so
moment.
badass. The guy's like, take it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So good.
Well, I
That's how you
obviously
end a movie.
I flipped that into a parody because I'm thinking he's on the Enterprise and he kills all the Enterprise guys.
Yeah. What would he be giving them though? Would the Enterprise need the plans to the Death Star?
It doesn't matter. He's on the wrong ship and he's pissed off.
That's funny.
You have my plans. I don't know. I just think that it was one line from the movie. It was a throwaway line. It was nothing. It was nothing special, nothing important. They took that and made a movie out of it.
Yep.
In my opinion, that director, that writer, they were like ahead of their time, man.
And then they had that disaster that was Han Solo.
They didn't even
Yes.
focus on the rest of the film. It's not like they took Star Wars and like took like parts from that movie and said, let's make Rogue One. They literally took one scene where I think it's the lady or the guy goes, we got the plans. Here's how we got them. There's an escape hatch that's open.
Yeah. she
That's it.
literally
That made a
says-
movie. 40 years later, that made a movie.
She says something like many Bothans gave their lives for these plans.
Right,
or
isn't
something.
that
Like, was
crazy?
it. Yeah.
You made a movie out of that?
And then that's how they found the hatch, was those plans.
And it was a good movie.
It was really good.
Rogue One fits in, but they cleared a path to go. They couldn't make their own future like 7, 8, 9. I didn't even see 9. I have it on the 4K collection that I got, but I never opened it. After I
it's
saw
not
Last Jedi and confirmed what the internet said, I was like done. I was like, this franchise is about Luke. You kill Luke, it's over for me. I'm done. I still want to see Ernest versus Jason. Well, guess what? That match is happening right now in hell.
Oh,
Jason goes to hell.
Disney
If
has
you wanna-
everything up. Danny DeVito as the Penguin. Yes, he was a great Penguin.
He was.
well,
Probably the best Penguin.
Did you ever watch Ernest Goes to Africa? Did you ever see that one?
what the hell?
It
No,
was, like,
because
one
I
of the
thought
later
Scared
ones.
Stupid was the last movie.
No, I think that one came out like 97.
No, I know.
98.
He filmed like a bunch of direct-to-video Ernest, and I'm like, why?
Dude, that
I didn't know
You
they
should wa-
existed until Netflix. I was like, what is all this shit? Ernest goes to school. Ernest
at some
plays
point you should-
basketball. Like,
you
what the
gotta
hell?
watch that one with me because that movie is like crazy. Like they could not have made.
They
that
need to
movie
reboot
today.
Ernest with John Cena as Ernest.
Hey, I would watch.
He looks
that.
like Ernest. The problem with John Cena is he's not going to act that stupid.
No.
No, he's not as goofy.
Yeah,
He
that's what I'm
could've- I don't
saying.
think he could pass.
But doesn't he play like? Never mind. I was pretty sure he did some dumb shit in a show recently.
A show?
A show. I
What
don't know
show are you talking about?
Oh, I forget what it's called.
Peacemaker.
You know, for a guy that was coming
No.
back full time this year, he sure hasn't been on TV.
Yeah.
No.
He was on TV once this month.
Do you mean part time? Or-
Yeah.
No, he said he was working a full time schedule up until his retirement. The guy hasn't been on TV.
when you say that this month,
He said that going into this month, and
Like
he
with
showed
the
up at
Raw
the
stuff
first.
and everything.
He showed up at the first Raw on Netflix, and we haven't seen him. He'll be at the Royal Rumble.
It's supposed to be his goodbye tour or whatever.
He's working once a month. That's it.
Yeah, right. I'm working a full time schedule, but I'm working once a month.
He's like, well, I told you I'm working full time with the movies. It's like, yeah,
He's
no,
working from home the rest of the week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he claims that he's going to put a suit on and just work backstage. So I don't know what's going on.
Is he gonna shave his head?
You know he's not. If he's going to put a suit and tie on, he's just going to keep the balding spot going.
Big spot.
Shit's just gonna be going.
Maybe
It
he'll
already
just
is
wear the
gone.
freaking hat when he's at work
Yeah.
in the suit and tie.
Oh, how stupid would that be if he's in the suit and tie wearing the baseball
What the
cap?
heck?
The
That's
little
what I'm
tiny
saying.
Hey Arnold baseball cap.
You know,
No.
JR had the cowboy hat. he legit wore that at work.
I can never think about that without thinking about him going under the bed and taking one out every time. That's like the funniest thing ever. The parting gift.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, y'all, I gotta get off.
Yeah, he's
I
gotta
get up
leave.
for work tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta get up for work at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Damn.
well,
All
thanks
right.
for coming on, Fred.
All right, no problem.
Appreciate it.
See you guys. Good night,
Later,
everybody.
brother.
See ya.
Night. Yep.
Bye.
Peace out.
Hey, he left us.
Yeah, I forgot he said he had to leave early. He's got to be up at 5 a.m.
Well, that happened last week, I think, and he got like probably 3 hours of sleep. I don't even know what time he got off.
We had to tell him to leave. He wasn't even saying anything. We're like, just leave. You're just
Yeah.
sitting on camera for nothing, falling asleep.
Oh shit.
I think Fred might have to go to work tomorrow.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What?
we're talking about John Cena. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
I don't think he's winning the Royal Rumble.
Oh.
We got to do Royal Rumble predictions too tonight.
I don't even know who's confirmed. I gotta look it up.
It's going to be at WrestleMania. It looks like they're doing Cody and Punk, which is a massive fuck you to Tony Khan over there at AEW.
That's crazy.
Oh, I have the list.
Isn't that
here.
crazy? He gave how many WrestleMania main events has Tony Khan given WWE? It'll be the
Every
third
year
or fourth
since-
one. It'll be the fourth one, right?
Yeah.
Because you had Cody and Roman, then you had Rock, Cody, and Seth, and all them, and then you had Cody and Roman again. And if you do Cody and Punk, that's 4 WrestleMania main events Tony Khan booked for WWE.
That's wild.
Good job,
They've only
Tony
been-
Khan.
They've only
You
been
booked-
on TV for what?
You booked the
5
best main
years?
events for the wrong company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 5 years now. Yeah.
So almost every year they've been on, they give them a main event. That sucks.
Isn't that crazy? It's like Xbox putting their games on PlayStation. Just saying.
TNA title.
Yeah, TNA has a deal with WWE now, which pretty much means WWE's going to end up absorbing TNA.
Yeah.
Anthem
what
kinda wants to get
TNA
rid of it.
guy-
What?
Which TNA guy will be in the Rumble then? Because you know that.
There's going to be they always do a partnership with TNA during Royal Rumble season because they need women.
Yeah.
But hey man, Joe Hendry, the TNA champion, has called out John Cena, so you might see Cena win the TNA title. Something you never thought you'd ever see. Wouldn't that be crazy, huh? They do that
Yeah.
match at WrestleMania?
And for the TNA title.
That would be crazy, man. Never thought you'd see John Cena in TNA or as a TNA champion. They might do that. I don't know.
Yeah, we just need them to buy out the NWA from Billy Corgan, and that's it.
They really don't. They really don't need that.
I know. It's just funny.
They own all the footage from the original NWA. So what the hell is the point?
That's true.
Billy
yeah.
Corgan can't offer anything. I think Billy Corgan got a little over his head with that whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in ECW for what, like 1 second? Rhino gored him or whatever the hell happened. That was it. Like that's his claim to fame in wrestling. Rhino gored him in ECW. Which
He
is
seems to be a smart guy, like an intelligent dude. I just don't know what his like goal was long term for purchasing it.
which is funny.
know?
I think for Cards of Humanity, or one of the card games we were playing, that's on the card. What musician showed up in ECW?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's part of American pop culture right there.
Yeah, people don't realize how big Smashing Pumpkins were.
They won't realize how big ECW was back then.
Yeah. They would mesh all that shit together, music and wrestling, and it was just all big back then. That was back when it was like they're all at their top of their game. Well, you know, now
The biggest artists did the music, Limp Bizkit and stuff for wrestling.
Yeah.
Was crazy. Like they,
Yep.
like you said, it was all tied together.
It was.
that was
Kid Rock,
big.
all those guys.
yeah, they really pushed all the
Disturbed.
good stuff.
They got to bleep this guy saying next.
That's cool they put that song on the remaster.
Yeah, and it is remastered and it sounds damn good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the first time they were able to put that song on their own CDs.
Cuz they did
Maybe they had to remaster it or remix it or whatever so that they could do that.
they probably have the old files, the old stems as they call it in the music.
Well, that
world.
song that I sent you, I bought it. That's the song. That's on the
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah.
After he sings, like the riffs, they're different. They like twisted the riffs around. So I think they might have had to
okay.
do that in order to put it on their own CD. And that's the only song from the CD that you can purchase on Amazon.
That's crazy.
You can't purchase any other song until the album drops in March.
Yeah, because when Disturbed put out a
Jamie, I'll take
B-sides
care.
album, take care, man. That song wasn't on there, and that was back in 2011, 2012.
Right.
That song didn't appear on there, and people were like, "What the fuck?" And now with the Sickness reissue or anniversary, because when the Sickness turned 10 in 2010, they remastered it, but it wasn't the extra songs. This one has like everything, so it's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It's good that I pre-ordered the CD of that just to have the CD with that song on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because it's literally only on Forcible Entry, right?
It's on Forcible Entry and that's it.
It's the only physical CD that it's on.
But did
they
you
still
know,
have-
Anthony, it's on WWF Forcible Entry and it's on WWE Forcible Entry.
Yes, because they had to change it.
They had to change it.
I have the F one. That's the one I have.
I got
Two
both.
versions of the same CD.
Yeah, just with the logo because it was right in that cusp of it changing.
So there was WWF Aggression, which was all the songs but remixed as rap songs. In America, we got like 3 songs that are different than the ones that were released in Europe.
I hate when they do that shit.
Like the Godfather song by Ice-T is sang by Slick Rick on the European version.
What the hell?
Yeah, so there's 2 different versions of Pimpin' Ain't Easy. We got the
Damn.
Ice-T one, and Europe got the Slick Rick version.
Maybe it was something with the record label, or I don't know.
I don't fucking know, man, but there's Slick Rick. Because we were downloading them off like Kazaa back in the day and LimeWire, I was like, why the fuck are there 2 different Godfather songs?
So
and the Slick
confused.
Rick version is like a slow song. It's like, da, 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 da. And the Ice-T is Ice-T. He's going to go crazy, right? So,
Right.
and I'm like, why is this nerdy guy singing about
Yeah, they
the Ice-T one's better. I'll just say that, obviously.
Creed did the same thing. They put out 25th anniversary of Human Clay, and they put the Young Grow Old song on there. It's on there, and I'm like, that's cool because that was from that era,
Right.
and that's not on the original versions of that album. That was only on Forcible Entry. So I like when artists do that stuff where they take and they have the Scream 3 song that they made
Yeah.
because they produced the soundtrack. Not a lot of people know that, but they put the Scream 3 song on there. It's called the Scream Edit, and I was like, that's awesome. So yeah, it's cool when they put all this because some of the shit wasn't on streaming services for a long time. So physical is the only way to get them. A lot of times,
Right.
you know, we talk about movies all the time, but there's a lot of select songs that like
I don't
because of the rights you couldn't stream them, and it was annoying.
I don't buy subscriptions to music. I just buy the song on Amazon. I'll buy the MP3, download it, and put it in my collection.
Yeah.
Or I'll get
Yeah,
the disc and I'll rip it one way or the
I do
other.
the same
But
thing. I'll rip files and you know I do that.
I
Stuff.
don't
mean,
subscribe to none of that bullshit. Spotify, all that. Fuck that. I got my own music. I'm good.
I do Amazon Music. They just emailed me that they're gonna raise it, so I'm probably gonna get rid of that. Just
Dude, what are you doing Amazon Music for? Just throw them on your phone. Have your Blu-ray play it in your car.
It was just easy.
Your
to
Blu-ray, your
stream it,
Bluetooth play it in your car.
Yeah, my Blu-ray. I'll put it all
Blu-ray.
my music on a Blu-ray disc.
I have YouTube Music because I have premium. So
Oh, fancy smanchy.
I'm
By the way,
I'm an asshole.
did
like
you
that.
hear? You know why I keep saying that like the browser keeps crashing even while we're streaming? You know what YouTube
It
did?
happens to me too.
Yeah, but you know what YouTube did? If you have ad block, YouTube detects it and then they purposely make your web browser up to like 5 gigabytes so that it crashes.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like what they're doing to combat like the ad. They're considering if you don't watch ads, they're considering that like piracy. They're like it's no different than you pirating a movie. I'm like, what?
No,
it's a
that's
fucking
not how that
ad.
works.
So if I
Sorry.
shut the TV off and there's a commercial, I shut the TV off and wait 5 minutes. That's like piracy. How is that like piracy?
Yes.
How about you stop making stupid ads and make fun ads or something? You know what I mean? When I get ads on YouTube, the ad doesn't even start by the time I could skip it. And you hear like stupid noises, like, and then you click the button to skip. You don't even know what the fucking ad was for.
You know what the worst?
You see some guy
possible-
flying around making noises, and you don't even know what it's for.
The one I hate the most that drives me nuts. You'll be watching something and it'll just cut in. Do you live in Westchester County? You
That
can get
guy.
free solar.
Yeah, I feel
hate
like that guy's gonna read me my whole address because he says that.
Yes, but it's so like
It's
so,
like
annoying.
location targeted based ads. It's crazy.
I don't live in Westchester County anymore.
No, but you live near there.
Yeah. Ugh, that guy drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
Exactly, man.
It's the nerdy guy with the glasses, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy
You live in
sucks.
Westchester County and
Let me
have an
tell you
Ohio
something.
electric bill?
They need to crack down on these phone laws because when you're on Wi-Fi, I can understand you getting commercials, but when you're on cellular data, you're paying for that. So you're
Right.
effectively paying for these commercials through your bandwidth. That should be
Stop
illegal.
taxing.
You shouldn't get any commercials unless you're connected to Wi-Fi.
You're right.
I agree.
But that's a loophole. We're all paying for these commercials and we don't even realize it. And then they want you to pay even more money to block the commercial. Like, come on, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Needs to be some regulation.
And the same thing happened to me, Mental. I had premium and they still crashed the pages. So they're just fucking nuts over there.
Yeah, something's going on. Mental, open up your when that happens, open up the task manager and see that your browser is at like 5 gigs.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. And look, I don't want to pay for premium either, to be honest. It's a bill that I'd rather not pay. But
It's going to be $30 by the end of this year. You're going to pay $30 to not look at ads? It's ridiculous.
yeah, it's
Needs to
it
stop.
definitely sucks.
Netflix hides certain shows if you don't have the higher tier subscriptions. Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Milkman had a question before about what game are we waiting for that hasn't been getting much coverage? Fuck that, I still pay for the Wi-Fi.
That we're waiting for that doesn't
Hello
get.
Kitty Island Adventure. How about that?
You mean Little Kitty?
Little Kitty Island Adventure. I don't know. What's
I get Mexico
Avowed is
ads.
getting no attention, and that's coming out.
What is?
Avowed. I want to play that, but
Yeah,
nobody
what
seems to be
happened?
talking about it.
Microsoft vowed. You're not even promoting this game.
Their marketing is not.
But I
there.
already see Xbox guys saying this game might not be good, but you know,
See-
if it is good, like they're already like damage controlling it beforehand. It's like, bro, come
This
on.
reeks of
People know
Redfall.
something's wrong.
This reeks of Redfall again, because this is exactly what happened right before Redfall came out. So I'm afraid this game's gonna be bad. I'm gonna play it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out
I
too.
don't know.
But I see the damage control starting. These guys are
I
worse
know.
than the PlayStation guys now. What happened? The Xbox guys weren't as stupid as this. Now they're just becoming dumb.
Anything that comes out, they find a way.
You
to,
can't hurt
like-
my feelings because you can play your games anywhere and you don't need the console anymore. So I don't care about the sales numbers, even though I'm going to come on here and talk about the sales numbers, how great they sold when they didn't sell great. But you can't hurt my feelings. Sticks and stones may break my bones and blah, 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 blah. Don't you guys get tired of this shit?
Dude,
Look, Anthony got up and ran away.
when they put the
Don't you guys get tired of this? You guys act like little kids.
when they put the earnings out, they were already on there, finding a way. It's like, dude, just let it go. Who cares? Why do you care? I don't even care. But my whole feed is.
They're turning
well,
as
they
dumb
need
as these
to-
PlayStation guys. These PlayStation guys are really stupid. Don't get me wrong.
I know they're just as bad.
They're just as bad. But the Xbox community was never like that. Now they're like that. And it's funny to see this whole thing like turn.
Yeah, it completely flipped, pretty much.
The brainwashing. So the thing, Frank, and everyone's here listening right now, hopefully with ears, when they do eventually can the console, the damage control that you're going to hear is, well, you could play your games anywhere. So what's the big deal? They don't need the console. They don't need this. They don't need that. Okay. All right.
Even though we said that already, but no.
Well, we're haters now, but when they actually do that, we're still the haters and they're the heroes. So whatever.
They're gonna say you're dumb for not knowing they were gonna do.
Yeah,
that.
I know. Even
I've
though
already
we called it.
I see it with the numbers thing. The guy was like, "Well, if you paid any attention, you would have known." It's like I'm out. I can't even look at this anymore.
I unsubscribed from a lot of the channels today.
I don't even. Yeah, on YouTube, I don't even watch them, but I still get a lot of them on Twitter because people.
There's a
like,
word I haven't said today. You know why I haven't said it? Because I unsubbed. It starts with an
Oh.
F and ends with a K, and it ain't
Okay.
the FU word.
I don't know, man. Thank God for Nintendo.
Actually, it starts with an F and ends with an S. So there you go. I'm not sub to that
Fire
guy
trucks.
anymore.
Nintendo
Baby
will
Herman?
save us.
Oh God.
I don't know. I just can't take it.
What's
Anytime something happens, the whole thing comes up.
what's Cougar Man saying? Something with an ear? Oh, he's hearing. Okay. I listen to a ton of YouTubers, maybe too much. I can't stand ads. Drives me nuts. Yeah, me too. Dude, every time I put on YouTube on my phone and I go to wash my hands, an ad comes up.
Yeah.
And I can't change it because I'm washing my, and it's always annoying shit. Like it's somebody making like some crazy noise, and I'm like, stop it. And they up the volume on the ads too.
Dude, that's so true.
Because I'm say Mento, I'm watching his thing. Hey guys, whatever, and then I hear, and I'm like, what happened? What did he mutate into a dog or something? What happened?
I'll be cooking and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put this video on and I'm gonna wait and make sure there's no ads. The second my hand touches like raw meat or something, it's like
Yeah.
nope, like an ad hits. It just knows that you gotta listen to it.
So I use Brave on my web browser to watch YouTube because there's no ads. But the problem with Brave is the volume isn't as high enough. But you can turn the screen off and you can listen to it. You don't need to keep your screen on or anything.
That's good.
Brave is
Yeah,
great
Brave
for that.
has- yeah, Brave has a built-in ad block, which is cool.
Yes. I mean, it's a very nice app on the phone, but it gets annoying because I'm not signed in and to like pinch in and out of YouTube and do all this stuff. It's a pain in the ass, but
It's a way to do it without using the actual app.
yeah. Like when I cook, I use Brave because I'm cooking and then my phone's in here charging and then there's an ad and I got to sit there for 2 minutes listening to an ad.
Yeah. Or if you're like
I'm
in the
gonna try
shower
that.
or something. and
That
you have
always
something
happens,
playing.
man. The minute I go in
Yeah.
the shower, the TV hits an ad and I'm like, come on.
Or back when I used to listen to non-premium Spotify, and I just put music on. I'm in the shower. That's like, want a break from the ads? Click this for ad-free music, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not getting out for that
Netflix
shit.
does that shit. that if you're watching movies, they're like, you're still there? And it'll stop playing the movie. You still there?
Oh,
What if I fell asleep? What do you mean if I'm still there? Just keep playing the movies. What do you guys care?
They even do that on the kid shows because like my son will be watching something on Netflix and I'll just hear him go and he's pointing to it because he can't do it. He's a baby, and I'm like, oh okay, like it did it. Like if I turn my back for a minute, it'll be like, are you still watching? It's like, yes, we're still watching.
That's why you just YouTube. No way, man. That YouTube Premium is like $25 a month. You crazy?
There's a problem with YouTube Premium, by the way.
If you're gonna pay for it, I'll do it. But
when you are watching someone live,
I gotta pay $25 for them. Come on.
Well, this is probably why Dreadpool's always behind. Because when I had Premium,
Ooh.
I would turn the screen off, and it would go backward every time you turn the screen off and turn it back on. I don't know why. It would like rewind you like 3 seconds. Or if you're scrolling Twitter and you're
Mine
using
does
Premium, it'll like rewind you 3 seconds. Like why? I don't know why it does.
I don't know
that.
either.
It's
Yeah,
like stupid.
like Perry will say something, and then like when I close my phone or open it, he'll say it again. It like
and you have
goes
to
back.
hit live.
I was like,
or
wait,
close
what?
it.
And then I have to close it.
I guess
and then
that's so you don't miss it while you're turning the screen off. I don't know.
Yeah,
Stupid though, because I have my headphones.
you
want
to be like
I'm listening.
interacting in the moment kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, no,
My
I
new
mean,
earbuds are coming tomorrow too.
oh, nice.
You're so lucky. I can't believe you're getting it like a week early.
Oh, my Galaxy Ultra. What is it called? S Ultra?
S25 Ultra.
My Galaxy S25 Ultra is coming tomorrow. They're gonna raise it, Dreadpool. You're gonna be paying $25 by the end of the year.
By the way, the guy when I was at Best Buy looking at the phone after when I went back with my wife, the guy was like, "Do you need help?" And I was like, "Oh, do you have any cases for this phone?" And it was like a top secret thing. He's like, "We have them in the back, but we can't sell them till the phone." It's like it's a piece of plastic. I'm holding the phone. Like
I
what
bought
am
a
I gonna
case
do?
off Amazon. It'll be delivered tomorrow. I bought 2 cases, one that's blue and one clear. I don't like clear cases, but I got to see which one will fit better on this phone.
Does it have the built-in screen protector?
Yes,
'Cause
they
I found one.
do. They both
Okay, good.
do. They're not the best looking cases, but I'm waiting for the like the case I have on it now. It's called the Aries or whatever. I'm waiting for
Yeah.
them to make an Aries case for it. But
The official Samsung
I
cases,
Blason.
they're like this thin. The official Samsung ones. They used to be so.
Yeah,
good.
they make them with no screen protector so that you drop it and break it, and then you go out and buy a new phone. This is how they work.
They used to have the. Flip
If you have a
that
case on your
covered-
phone without a screen protector on it, I don't know what is wrong with you. Why did you even buy the case? Why?
That's fair.
You drop it out of your pocket, it's going to hit a rock or concrete, and you have no phone.
Well,
Yep.
and they're
And
charging
by the way,
$1,300.
I just had my screen fixed so I could trade this in. The screen cost $300 to fix today. They told us $200. You go in there, no, it's $300.
You break, I fix, I charge you more.
That's what they were called. You break, I fix. But they fixed it. It's like a brand new screen now.
That's good. So you can trade it in.
Yeah, I'm going to send this in. As soon as I get the new one, I'm going to transfer stuff tomorrow and then send it in.
They said the S25.
But I had to pay
Ultra-
$300 to get $600. So there you go.
They said the 25 Ultra is Samsung's most expensive phone, and you watch the video for the cases, and there's literally silicone cases from like the iPod Touch. It's like you couldn't invest in making a case. I'll pay the money.
Yeah, it's like we're already spending X amount on the phone. Like,
They don't care. They want you to break it.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because they know you use it every day.
These
Like
companies,
you said,
and
the
that's
one
another
time
thing
drop
too.
it-
You know what? Why don't you sign in the law that these phones, if they cost that much money, you get like a 2-year replacement fee?
Yeah, you should.
It's not like they can't
Like a
afford it, but
guarantee,
you
like-
said,
If the phone cracks or whatever, you get a new one.
yes.
You know what I mean?
a repair.
Or at least a trade-in offer, because if you trade it in, they just change the screen anyway.
Right.
Over there, it doesn't cost them $300. It's how much they're charging people. These screens cost like $1.
Yeah, they're making a lot of money off.
They're making a
repairs.
butt ton of money.
Yeah. It's too much.
She
You
should have
walk
given them
around
the
with-
phone when you were there that day. They said $200. She should have just given them the phone right there.
Well, who would think
We
that they
waited a
would
week and
like-
now it's $300. It's like, come on. What,
Yeah,
what am
that's-
I made out of money here to fix a phone?
That's ridiculous.
It had a dead pixel on it. It didn't have a cracked screen. But it's funny when you do the trade in, they'll take in the cracked screen phones, but they won't take dead pixel phones.
Yeah.
So figure that one out. They got to change the screen anyway. What does it matter?
Verizon says any condition, but then if you look at the fine print, it's like, well, not everything. Like,
Yeah, Verizon sucks.
you're telling me.
Samsung phones always lame when it comes to cases. There's barely any options. Well, there is on Amazon, but the problem is you got to order them.
Yeah.
This
I have
case
to.
was 2 cases in one because I wanted the front screen protector, but the back came with one that didn't have a screen protector built in. So I had to order 2 different cases from iBlazon and put them together and make this one case. That was a $40 case right there.
Well, let me know what happens with the one you ordered because I got to order.
I ordered
something
2
this
different ones,
week.
one clear one and one blue one. And I don't have to do this because they both have built-in screen protectors. But I want to see which one fits best and looks best.
Yeah, let me know because I'm gonna have to get one. Like,
And thank God Samsung got rid of the curved edges.
Oh, I'm looking at this and I'm like, please God, I want this.
It's like a
gone.
souped-up iPhone. I love it.
This thing sucks with the curved edges. I hate it. I want them out of here.
Dude, using a YouTube video, okay? Let me explain to you. When you go to like rewind, they get caught in the edges and then you can't rewind.
Yes.
You always get caught there. And I'm like, I'm done.
You understand how it is.
Yeah,
Horrible.
I didn't want the edge anyway. When they said all the phones are going to be edges, I'm like, why? Now, they went back to what they used to do. They made their own edge phone. So that's a new phone that they're making. And I'm like, good. Let whoever wants it, buy it.
The new phone is beautiful.
This
though.
phone
We
is like a
saw it.
toy, okay? The new phone, that's a phone.
Yes.
That's a premium phone. This is a toy, okay?
I'm so glad we got to see it because now I'm really excited for it.
I was
Once
going
we
to
saw
cancel it.
yeah.
I was on the fence. I was like, I could just get this one fixed and move on, whatever. When I saw that at Best Buy, when you said, hey, they have them, I was like, oh, man, I'm in love with this thing.
That's why we went back later. I was like, you got to see this.
And
thing,
people
'cause we
like,
had to go to Target anyway.
Oh, the pen doesn't have Bluetooth. Well, guess what? They disabled the Bluetooth on mine. So
Did they really?
this button used to work.
Wow.
This button no longer works. And this pen has been in the phone. Like nothing's happened to it.
It must have been the software update. They
Yeah,
disabled
the
it.
software update disabled the button. So I'm already used to not having Bluetooth on here anyway.
I never had the pen until this one, so we'll see.
I got it from Amazon. Oh, they shipped the case. It'll be here tomorrow by 9.
That's crazy though. You're literally getting it a week early. You're so lucky.
Yeah, they shipped. Nice.
Dreadpool, did you get it? He said his Ultra and Pro Buds will be in tomorrow. Did
Nice.
you get it too?
I got the Pro Buds as well.
I didn't get the Pro Buds.
They came with it for free. This is why you order from Amazon, Frank. Instead of going through Verizon. You're going through that
Hey,
ball asshole over there.
I saved a lot of money if they actually follow through with it.
Did
but
you really? Because those buds cost $300 and I got them for free.
Then we're probably even, actually, if you think about it.
I have 3 phones, says Batman. Well, I have 4 phones.
So today the the precious 5070.
I
So
got
I'm gonna
3
have to
phones.
Wait.
Yeah, you know what? There's people online at Micro Center right now for that. Intense.
5070?
They're camping out
That's fucking crazy.
for the
Is it that
5070.
serious?
Anthony, you're gonna have to be up at like midnight, man. You're gonna
It
have
is
to have.
midnight.
You're gonna have. No.
Today's the 30th. It comes out today.
Today? Then you better be on
Yeah.
there. What are we doing? Let's try to get him a graphics card.
Oh my God.
Go to Best Buy. Come on.
I'm looking.
Beer.
I'm on it. It's not there.
Beer buy.
I clicked. I have the SKU number. It's 661
661.
4154.
That sounds like a phone number.
I know.
Here it is.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
When does
Uh,
it release?
Today?
No, I mean like.
Or is it
next
tonight?
week.
Is it tonight at midnight or is it today?
It just said the 30th, but I don't know like what time it goes. I'm trying to get it at Best Buy specifically,
Right.
if I could.
You can't tell your buddy to get it? Or he's not allowed to?
I mean, he could. I just don't know when they're actually shipping them to stores. Because if I get it,
They're
it's
in
probably gonna
stores.
just-
Today's the
they're in
pickup day.
stores.
No, it says it launches February 20th. Oh wait, hold on.
Are you looking at the right card?
Wario put out a tweet
February
the other day.
2025.
What, Frank?
It says February 2025, but this is the day of the pre-order. I know for a fact this is the right day.
February
He's right enough to know.
2025?
Yeah,
Because Wario put up a tweet saying, the Best Buy link, they're going up on the 30th. And then Perry forwarded that to me just to let me know, which I appreciate because I had got the heads up. And then let me go back. Let me see if I can find it. 'Cause it was from, not yesterday, maybe 2 days ago.
It could come out because today's the 30th. Tomorrow's February.
Here's the thing, Mental.
Saturday's
He could go
February.
get a 4070 right now, but it's the same price. So what's he gonna do?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all sold out on their site, Mental, the 4070 cards.
The 40
So it's
cards are
like-
pulled. They don't sell them anymore.
Otherwise, yeah, I was going to... It's just the timing of things, but it'll work out.
It just
Which we
says-
knew they were gonna do that.
It says the 5070 is February and the 5070 Ti is February 20th. I don't know why the regular 5070 doesn't have a date, but so it could come out in a couple days. February is in like 2 days.
I think it comes out today, Frank. I think that's the whole fucking point. This card launches today.
It could. I don't.
I'm
see that
trying to
anywhere.
go back and find his fucking tweet. Hold on.
Yeah, it said you could pre-order it today. I saw that.
Yeah, so
It
that
says
as long as I
on-
get in a pre-order,
On their official site, it says coming February, so it's not today.
Yeah, maybe it's
Right.
February 1st. That's in 2 days.
Right. That's what I was saying. It could. be.
Yeah, so I could technically place the order later, and then it would
Yeah.
just ship when it's
The
in.
problem is
Right.
they're gonna run out of pre-orders because everyone wants these stupid cards because they got to do videos on them. That's the problem with this shit.
The problem is as soon as my head hits the pillow, it's gonna fucking come out, and that's
Jensen's BS about the 5070 being 49. Yeah, because it's generated frames that makes it like a 4090, right? It's not even like native frames.
No, it's real. Isn't it equivalent to what
They
I
had
have,
to
like,
say that
40
stuff, Mental, and it's all bullshit. They had to do that because stupid people will run out and buy it. I could get a 4090 for only $549.
No, I think it benchmarks to like a 4070 Ti, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
similar
but
to
it
that?
you can generate frames up to a 4090. It's fake
Right.
frames. So
Yeah,
they're
but-
lying. They're lying, but they're not lying, but they know they're lying. If that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
I know.
That's marketing. Yeah, all fake frames. There you go.
trying to find the fucking
Batman, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Shout out
Take
to
care,
Batman, everybody.
Hey, Batman.
512 through Samsung. That's what I
Okay.
got.
I got the tweet. Here it is. Okay. GeForce RTX 50 cards listing on Best Buy goes up for order on January 30th, typically starting at 6 a.m. Pacific.
Oh, man.
9 a.m.
So 9 a.m.
9 a.m. I got to be up.
You gotta be up early, Anthony.
Yo, the Q&A on Best Buy is so funny. Like the questions people put. Someone wrote, "Can I please have one for free? Please, please." And then somebody wrote, "Answer: Absolutely. We're sending you one now through your member ID. Thank you for being a Best Buy customer."
Some guy said Best Buy typically drops between 11 and 11:30 EST.
That's the time they
Yeah.
open.
Does Best
Yeah.
Buy do anything to prevent scalpers from buying these? I need one on release. Answer: The Best Buy employees are the scalpers.
They are the
They're only going to
scalpers.
get like 2 to each store, 3 to each store.
There's already the memes under the tweet where it's like it's Patrick rubbing his hands like the scalpers. Like,
Someone wrote, "Will this run Fortnite?" No chance.
well, I'll just be on standby tomorrow.
We'll run Resident Evil 9, Anthony. Resident Evil.
Their official site also has a notify me button just in case as like a double thing you could do.
Where is that?
It's a Salazar.
on their official site?
The island didn't blow
I'll
up
send
my
you the link,
portion.
hang on.
What?
Here, I'm gonna send you the.
I
link.
I hearted it. I don't know if that's it says it to my saved, but I don't know if that even does
Okay.
anything.
Here, you're gonna want this just in case. This is like a backup plan because I know you want to get it from Best Buy, but their official site will probably link you to all the stores when it goes up.
Okay,
just-
perfect.
So basically, Mental, he's not going to be playing games on it for the most part. He will be playing some games, but
Yeah,
this is going to be his new streaming computer,
editing rig.
editing rig. He's coming from a 3770K.
What kind of graphics card do you have in there?
A Sandy
now?
Bridge.
1050.
Oh wow.
Old boy.
Haswell, baby.
You know Sandy Bridge? My God. I built that in 2013, but how old is Sandy Bridge? 2012?
Yeah, it's probably the year before.
Google Sandy Bridge. Give me the info. I still have a Sandy Bridge downstairs. I have
It
a
was released
3770K in
January
the basement.
2011.
What? 2011?
January 2011.
Goddamn, son. That's a 14-year-old computer right there.
It
Stone
was
Cold Steve
discontinued in
Austin.
2013.
Huh?
It was discontinued in 2013.
Tremendous.
They discontinued it September.
Yeah, because
27th,
Ivy Bridge
2013.
came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after
Oh,
Ivy was Haswell.
Haswell, baby.
Or was Ivy before Sandy? I don't remember. Haswell was, I think, the one after Sandy. Oh, 3770K is Ivy. Okay. Where the hell's Sandy? Where am I getting that from?
That was because I remember that too. I think it was before.
So after Ivy Bridge was Haswell, baby. Why the fuck was it called Haswell?
As well.
All's well that has well.
Well, they're on Raptor Lake now, or they had Coffee Lake. They named these things all stupid
Oh, Coffee Lake.
Haswell.
until it
That's
was
so
the
funny.
last good Intel product. Well, there you go.
Wow.
I'm seeing the current AMD ones, lots of blue screens.
Anthony, what kind of RAM you have?
98, 89, 9800 X3D. I'm seeing forums all over the place with
I
blue
have
screens.
One of the DDR5 ones. Pull it up.
Oh,
It
you
is.
you have DDR5
Sandy
in
was
your old
okay.
computer?
So Sandy was before
no,
that.
no, I upgraded my. I forget what it is. I did upgrade it at some point, so it's not like from 2013.
You could play Final Fantasy Rebirth on your computer.
Play a lot of stuff.
You could
on
sell your
there.
Xbox now.
Yeah. Still want to keep the consoles around.
No, you're gonna sell them.
Oh,
What?
Let's pull a Lotso and be negative all the time.
Yeah.
Losers don't know how to build a rig. I mean, it's a lot of them, man. I looked it up today. I was looking up that 9950X 3D, and they're like, "Oh, it's coming out soon." I'm like, "When?" I'm telling you, Mental, by the first week of March, if that's not out, I'm going back to Intel.
you never left.
I never
Not
left.
yet.
You will leave. You will leave.
Well, we would like to play.
We would like to play.
We.
God, I gotta get more stuff on here. We're gonna figure it out. 5070, baby.
57.
If I build a computer in March, then I'm getting a 5070. That's going to
That's
replace the
Vancouver?
computer that's already at work. I built that computer 5 years ago. This February will be 5 years ago I built that machine.
Wow.
Paid $500 less for mine. For what? His computer?
Wow. Would you get a Chromebook?
You'd be going to AMD with a negative view of it. I guarantee you'll have vision. No. We made a deal, Mental. The first
Is it
blue
gonna-
screen, I send the computer to you and you fix the whole thing.
You're gonna manifest.
And
it
you
to
got to
Word?
mail it back to me. Overnight shipping.
Overnight ship. Do you know how much that would cost? It would cost like as much.
He's
as
putting
a
his money
computer,
where his
man.
mouth is.
Literally.
That's why, now he's grifting. He's like, no, just stay where you're at.
It'd be cheaper for him to drive it back to you than it would be to mail it to you.
I am interested in the what was it, 9950X 3D. I just want to see what's going on with it. But again, I gotta build. If I build something, it's got to be the first week of March. So if it's not out by then, I got to make a choice. You know, they're saying the chip that Anthony has is faster than the current one.
How does that work?
I don't know. They said there's going to be a microcode update that's going to fix that, but yeah, the chip that degrades is faster than the chip that came out that doesn't degrade.
I don't know.
I don't know. Intel, what the hell happened over there?
Joke's on me. I already spent the money.
It's not on you because you do microcode and you're okay. And you have a 3-year warranty on that chip anyway.
Yeah.
You know, when my 4060 broke, Gigabyte said they have a 3-year warranty and they fixed it for free. It's so weird.
You shouldn't have bought a
stores-
Gigabyte card. They make good motherboards, but their cards are bullshit.
Yeah, it was super cheap, but you get what you pay for. It was under 300. for 4060. Hey, that's what you get. You get what you pay for.
I know, man. That's what I was saying. The Ultra 9 is trash. Yeah, from what I'm hearing, that the degrading chip runs faster. Well, here's the thing. That computer is just going to replace the blue computer that's there. Because that's a Core i7, and it's just old.
What are you gonna do with that one? Make it a home theater?
I think I'm going to put that in a smaller case because it's a ITX, mini ITX. And I'm going to make that an emulator for the 85-inch.
Oh, that's cool.
Just put a bunch of old games on there.
Not a bad idea.
The computer does this thing in Windows where it just like freezes for like 10 seconds. And then it lets you do what you got to do. But it's getting annoying.
Do you have 11 on that?
Yeah.
Because both of mine do that too. I think it's 11. I think it's a Windows thing.
Oh, that's weird.
Like when I go.
All my
when I
other
go to-
computers don't do that. Although my computer here, when I hit power, it doesn't instantly power on. It waits a second and then it powers on. It's like, when did that happen?
Sometimes when I go to open, like File Explorer, like I haven't opened it for a while, it'll hang for a second and then it'll go. I don't know why. It's ever since I upgraded to 11 inside, and then it does it here too.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. You know what's really weird? The new NVIDIA thing, the new NVIDIA app that they replaced the other one with. Have you gotten any updates? My last update was like December 5th, and I haven't gotten any other
I haven't
updates.
gotten updates either, but it is the only thing I like is I don't have to sign in to fucking download a driver update for it.
I like that too, but I was
It's like
confused.
what they
'cause we
used to
get
do.
updates like every 2 weeks. Like it was like clockwork. Now forget it. It says it's up to date every time.
Well, then it's up to date.
Yeah. At least it's not just me.
Yeah, because this game, Final Fantasy, came out and there was no update for the card.
The last thing was the Indiana Jones one for December 5th. That was it. I don't know.
What the fuck? I just got an ad for therapy. Well, you came to the right place, my man. This is therapy for gaming. So I was using cheats here, and he went into a staggered state, but I accidentally had a cheat on to always stay in staggered, and I'm like, what is going on? How come he's not like going? And I had to disable the staggered state, so I'm going to reset this video. You guys don't see me sit here for an hour.
Did you see Sony finally said they're not going to focus on they're not going to put like any PS4 games in the monthly games anymore. Like they're finally going to start moving.
Yeah, and MLB The Show, which we're going to talk about. MLB The Show is not coming to Game Pass. That deal is over. We kind of talked about this a little bit on Gaming After Dark last night on Noof Channel. But it seems like I don't know if that's a good idea by taking it out of Game Pass because the game wasn't selling regardless. The reason why they made it multi-plat was because nobody was buying it on PlayStation. Now people are able to buy it, and I think taking it out of Game Pass is a bad idea.
Maybe
Yeah, my dad says the games are just really long, and we're probably gonna just have to adjust the innings for them because they actually adjusted the innings in real life recently. Like they actually changed the
Yeah, because
the
nobody's
runtime
watching
of the
baseball. I'm
game.
hearing
Yeah.
they're saying it's
So
too
I feel
boring.
like it's a little bit of a slog when you're actually playing the game and it takes you forever to get to the World Series. Where like Madden, I feel like they got the
That's the problem with these fucking games. That's the problem with MLB The Show. There's no competition for this game, and it's a simulator.
where back in the day there used to be the fun games like the fun
You
baseball.
had 2K
games,
baseball. You had all these
2K.
games.
Used to have NFL Blitz for football. You know, used to have fun games. The hockey one on GameCube. was
Slugfest
awesome.
on Xbox.
NHL Hits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could put your own music into that game.
Yeah.
What the
It's all
problem?
just like monopolized crap now. It's like, all right, this is just what you're getting.
The problem is though, is that there's no competition to that franchise. So people they play it once and they're bored with it, and they're not going to play it. And by the way, Ludwin, he loved MLB The Show, but then they took out like the Dynasty mode or whatever they had, and he was done. When it came to Xbox, he's like, they took it out. They took the Dynasty mode out. I don't even want it now.
Well, I guess it's better than spending 75 and then you take it home and you're like, what the hell?
Maybe Microsoft.
But now-
doesn't wanna
Well,
pay for
Ludwin
the game
Ludwin
anymore.
bought the I think it was a Jackie Robinson edition.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Ludwin, if you just wait a couple days, you could play it on Game Pass for like no money. And he's like, no, I'm going to buy it. He bought the whole thing, and he said the Dynasty mode was removed. And I don't think he bought it ever again.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. That was actually, I think that was 23, the show. And yeah, I had Jackie Robinson. I had the Yankees like locker and stuff like that. It was cool. It was a cool steelbook.
Yeah, mental. I can't watch it on TV, but I can watch it when I'm there. I went opening
In
year at
person,
the
it's a
Yankee
different
Stadium.
kind of vibe, you know? Like,
When you're there, it goes by quick.
yeah.
It depends, though. Because I've been... My dad took me to a Pirates game when I was a kid, probably in '88 or something. Bro, it took forever, man. I never wanted to go back to another game with him ever again.
When you're a kid, it
That
feels
took
like
forever.
forever.
Holy shit. It was night. It was night outside. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I think it was the Mets versus the Pirates. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I'll be trying to watch a little bit more this year.
When you're there, like when I went opening year, what was that, like 10 years ago? More than that, 2010, I think I went. Opening year at the new stadium, that went by quick, man. I got really close seats and it went by really quick. I was shocked.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go this year because I didn't get a chance to go. They went to a playoffs game, which is really expensive, but my parents went. So I'd like to go if they make it this year. I mean, they kind of had a heartbreak defeat, but yeah, it's cool. I think it was Yankees and Blue Jays, I think, the Canadian team.
I don't know.
What year did
I know of them, but I don't know anything else.
What year did Solo come out? Because I went to the Yankees game on Star Wars Day.
Came
and
out
Ron
after
Howard
Force
threw it.
Awakens, so you're looking at 2016, 2017.
That's
Maybe it was
when I went.
17, maybe.
Yeah, Ron Howard threw out the first pitch when I was there. That game went by quick. So
Yeah, it's not bad. It just sucks when like it's like really hot and it's like a long game because like summer games can be killer for that reason. But like fall games are where it's at because it gets like nice and cool at night. It's like hoodie weather. Toronto Blue Jays. Thank you, RWK. Yeah, I saw that. That was probably in like 2015. So it's been a while since I've been to a baseball game, but I'm going to try to go this year if my parents want to take me to a Yankees game. So
If they want to take you to the Yankees game, you'll go. Okay.
yeah.
he's got to buy his graphics card, so he can't go on vacation. His parents got to take him.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kidding.
Well, you know,
He's ready to
it's
kill
like
me.
I could do a normal game. I can't do like a playoff game. That's just way too much money. But they like to go and stuff like that. So if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. They don't really go see any other sports like football or hockey or anything like that. I like watching hockey games. I like watching people beat the fuck out of each other and bashing the boards and shit like that.
We used to go to hockey games in Mamaroneck at the ice rink.
We used to watch I watched the Flyers play last year. It was awesome. They lost, but it was still cool to anything in Philly is fun because the fans are hilarious. So we get a bad rap over here, but
Well, you guys did light the fucking arena on fire after the Royal Rumble that one year. I mean, come on.
yeah, it's a little crazy.
Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. Everyone lit everything on. They were lighting cars on fire in the parking lot out there. Like,
I'm
what the hell
sure.
happened?
Yeah, Nick.
The national fucking riot over Roman Reigns winning the Rumble. Like, what the hell?
Well, it's time for the Eagles to take out the Chiefs. Let's go. Take them out. No 3-peat.
You know the Chiefs are going to win. You know what that means. Now that you just said that.
No. No way.
Oh, yeah?
I'm fucking tired of the Chiefs.
Yeah,
No
well,
3-peat. Take them down.
you're going to get really tired of them when you have to hear it all year that they won.
I want to see Taylor Swift cry, and I want to see I'm going to take them down.
I thought you were a Taylor Swift person.
I like Taylor Swift, but when they're going up against your actual team that's in your area, it's game over.
She's had like, what, 5,000 boyfriends? She's just going to dump this guy and move on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet again this year. Last year I bet $25 and I won like $200. I'm
Yeah,
doing it again.
You might as well.
I don't
I'm just
care.
saying, man, with Saquon, and you got, I don't know, you just got really good players on the Eagles, and the defense is as good as it's ever been.
I don't even know what this stuff is. I just do the like thing, and I'm like, oh, I want this. Like, I don't know what any of it means.
I mean, the people that, and I know it's not fixed, but it's very massaged, quote unquote, like referees and being in favor. I know that stuff does happen. I'm not blind to that. But I think the Eagles just have to get a good lead. So when they like forgive, the Chiefs for doing something wrong, but not the Eagles, and it's like biased as shit, it doesn't affect them as much. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Oh, because you're Philadelphia. That's why you're for the Eagles. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not one of these like,
I had to think about that for a minute.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
where
one
the
of
Eagles
these
from?
like.
Oh, yeah, Philadelphia Eagles. There you go.
I'm just going. Yeah, everyone over here in South Jersey, we're so.
Yeah,
close to
yeah, I
Philly.
know.
that's ECW territory.
It's ECW territory. And RWK is watching Philly play Utah. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I've never actually been to a football game. I've been to a basketball game, been to hockey, been to baseball,
Hope
and then
you
obviously
guys
wrestling.
do a review of the Rumble after it's finished. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if we'll be able to because Jeff and Eli literally need to jump on that fucking train on the way home.
Oh no!
Damn.
I don't want to have to drive GTA style again. That was horrible.
No, I don't think you had to do it. I'll have her do it.
Well, it was just because like we left so late, and Jeff was like, "I gotta be there in like 15 minutes." And it's like ice raining, and I'm like, it was horrible. I don't mind driving them, but as long as we leave on time.
Yeah. I remember that.
Well, that's the problem. Is the Rumble going to end at 10:30 or is it going to go to 11? Is it going to go to midnight? I mean, they have the train running all night, I believe, on Saturdays. So they should be fine. But
yeah, I think when...
And they're going to take the train together, so Eli will make sure Jeff gets off the train. And then Eli's on his own with the Warriors on the damn train. Going back down to New York
He can
City.
defend himself. Yeah, when I took Jeff that time, even if he missed the train, we would have just had to wait like an hour. I mean, it wasn't like the end of the world. But
It just would have been longer.
yeah. But I needed Jeff out of my car. No, I'm kidding.
Alka-Seltzer ad, really? On my channel? You know, I hate when you get the Spanish ads.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm listening to somebody talk, and then I hear blah, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I get them too.
It's like I can't understand what you're saying, and I'm not buying your shitty beer.
You don't always.
RWK, take care, buddy. He's going to sleep.
Oh, see you later. What time is
Yeah,
it? Oh
man.
my god. It's not that late.
Yeah, so
Wasn't there something else we had to talk about?
well, the GOG thing happened.
Yeah,
We kinda
Dino
talked-
Crisis came out for good old games. I was awake when it happened, and I tagged these guys.
Mhm.
And then Anthony messaged me in the afternoon and goes, oh, yeah, my Discord post. I'm like, motherfucker, I hit that news before your Discord was awake. Those guys
Well-
were sleeping.
It was in. So what? The reason why?
That
there
shit
was
went
a
live
lot
at
of-
3 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's true.
I was like, holy fuck.
So the first thing that I saw before I looked at the messages was because they put it in the Capcom creators. Like then they're like, oh, we have a surprise with GOG. We put out, So I saw that, and then I saw people post it in my Discord. I saw you posted it. I was like, okay, this is like, because I didn't immediately wake up right away today, so
on
I kind of
fire.
obviously it dropped like you said early. So even by the time I got up at like 9:30 or 10, it was already out basically. So I was like, all right, let me do a video on it. But it was cool, man. I mean, Dino Crisis 1 and 2, they have it on there. Any supported controller, just like Resident Evil 1 through 3. And
And you
yeah,
can
GOG's doing.
do the
Lord's work.
resolution up to 4K.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's very cool to see, again, Capcom kind of listening to the fans. And
Well, did you watch the documentary?
wait, which one? Are you talking about the Romero one?
No, they put a fucking Dino Crisis documentary up. GOG did this morning when they announced the launch. It's in the chat.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't watch it.
You know what they said?
What they say?
You're giving Capcom too much credit here. Capcom didn't want to do it, and they had to fight Capcom to do it.
Damn.
Yeah, you might want to check that out, man. You're giving Capcom way too much credit here for this one.
That's fair. I don't know why they would want to do it, considering they seemed really welcoming with the RE trilogy.
They said that they wanted to go. I'm thinking this was about a year ago. It's not like they did this shit overnight. This was done a year ago. And by the way, last year they renewed the Dino Crisis name, the IP. Remember that?
Yes.
And all these idiots like they're remaking it. It's like, no, they're really remaking it. But we know now we know why they did that. Because they were re-releasing these on GOG. But both games for $16, and again, DRM free. Can't beat that, buddy.
Yeah, 2 games for $16 ain't bad.
I never beat them, so should I play it on here? Is this the time?
Yeah, but
to
you can't use
finally
cheat
play it?
codes. That's the problem.
That's okay. I'll just try it out. I had it on PSN on the when I bought that Vita TV thing. I used to play it on there, but I never beat it.
Right.
Yeah,
And
well, I
then-
mean, even if Capcom was the ones being, silly with it, I'm happy they at least worked it out, because, I'm just happy that, because, like I said in my video, like you look at the survey, the top things that fans wanted back were Dino Crisis and Onimusha, and even though this isn't like a remake, fans still wanted it, so it's like
modernize
put it out, even if it's on PC, engage it. And guess what? They just put it out for a non-subscription on the PlayStation, finally. We talked about that. So it's like, use that as your gauge, man. If you think people want to play it like that, then there you go. And same thing. It's like, if you want to put out a trilogy eventually on other consoles, show them that you want to support it and buy it. And then maybe Capcom won't be so ignorant to it,
RWK with a $4.99 super chat says thank you, y'all. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We got a new member tonight. We got a super chat. It's very cool. What I would say is you get both games for $16.99 on Good Old Games. That's not a bad deal at all. And again, it's not region free, Jesus. DRM free. That means you own the files and that's it. You don't have to worry about it. Burn them to a disk, put them on a flash drive, put them in a time capsule. You'll always own it. And it preserves this game. And
it's cool that people can play it on modern hardware. You know what I mean? 1 and 2.
yeah. And it says supports Windows 10 and 11, even though Windows 10 is done after this year. After October, Windows 10 is no longer a thing.
Last update.
Keep an eye out tomorrow night. I'll drop the link once they post the collection. What collection? What's he talking about?
Collection. I have no idea.
It's going to do a run of OG RE3 shirts. That's what he's talking about. Okay. Stevie Mac wrote you something, Anthony.
See, t-shirt company I usually post in Discord is doing a run. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, no, they do have some good shirts. Keep an eye tomorrow night. I'll drop the link. Oh, sweet, man. Yeah. Yeah, just let me know. I gotta actually buy one of them because I always see them and they're awesome. And I'm always like, fuck. When I miss out on them. But yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Just drop it in the Discord.
I got to say something. Your guy, Dragon Ball Radiant, he was in my chat the other day. He hates Resident Evil 2 Remake.
That's crazy.
He said it was the worst one, and he said he returned it to the store.
That's crazy. I can't say I've ever heard him say that. But I believe that he said it.
No, yeah,
but
he said it in my chat. No, I was like, really? You returned that game?
of all games,
He said it was too hard.
Village.
And I was like, what?
Well, you see, this is why you know, a lot of people are wondering, well, why was Nemesis barely an RE3 remake?
Yeah, because he was scripted because nobody could fight this guy.
Because yeah, people complained about Mr. X being too difficult, and they changed it, and I think that hurt Nemesis a little bit in the remake. Where in 3, he was more at 3 original, in 3 Nemesis, we'll call it, he was more persistent than Mr. X. Mr. X was only like scripted in certain moments. He wasn't always around in the police station. There was just certain sections where he popped out. But then in 2, they really made him a pursuer that follows your ass, which is kind of what Nemesis should have been in 3 remake.
So Mr. X can't go in that little, you know, where you pull that guy out and he's like cut in half in the beginning? Yeah. Mr. X can't go in that room. Because I left the door open and he wouldn't follow me. He just went to go back outside.
Yeah.
He will not follow you into that room.
The only way he'll follow you is if he follows you from the steps, like the outdoor steps.
Yeah, but he still won't go in that room. I've tried. I was streaming it last night. He will not.
Yeah, it's like a barrier.
Yeah, it's the game just tells it to ignore it. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah, it's almost like the save room where he just kind of like walks away, like he like turns around. But yeah, so that's the only thing with Mr. X. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, RE2 remake. It's not my favorite remake, but I still really like it.
Milfman said I was there. He said it.
He's snitching.
Yeah, he said I have the receipts. Yeah, man, 15 million. That's pretty high. That's their single best-selling RE game as of to date. So, I think RE4 remake will get there. It's only been out for almost 2 years. So RE4 or RE2 remake's been out since 2019. So,
yeah, no,
nuts.
6 years of destruction with that game.
Yeah, it's a really good remake, and it's difficult, man. It's a hard game. It's a really hard game, as far as like how brutal the zombies can be, and yeah, we play that game on hardcore. It's no joke.
Well, that's why I say you put it on easy, because you're not proving anything to anybody. You're just only making yourself crazy.
Yeah.
You're aggravating yourself at that point.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of returning it to the store, he should have just kind of dropped the difficulty and just enjoyed it.
Oh, but you're not a real gamer if you're playing on easy. I mean, I hate that shit, man. There's a reason why they give you options.
There's no reason to gatekeep difficulty. Just enjoy it.
Play a fucking game. You're still going to get the same ending. Back in the day, if you played it on a certain... if you played games on the easier one, you wouldn't get an ending or something. You would get like a different ending.
Yeah, some games were like
that. But now
yeah.
they just give you the ending. They don't even care anymore. As long as you buy the game and enjoy it, they don't give a fuck.
And I know, like, even on assisted, like, Mr. X will still appear just as frequent, but, like, you have better health. I think your health actually regenerates a little bit, not fully. And, you know, it's a lot easier to stun him if you shoot at him. So, you know. Yeah, Inferno, I agree, Milfman. Inferno mode on RE3 takes the cake as far as the most difficult, because you have to parry that dodge. And yeah, just save a few grenades for Nemesis. Yeah.
Is there anything else? Oh, the Xbox event? Oh, yeah, we're not going to cover that. We already covered that. Frank, what did you think about the event?
Yeah, we streamed it, and then we did the Xbox Goes to Hell show the other night. So check that out if you guys want us to hear us on Xbox, but we've been there, done that. So
what did you think of the event, Frank?
It was a 7 out of 10. There.
Yeah, I don't know why people are giving this thing like 9 and 10 out of 10. They did do the proper thing. They got everything they needed to get out, and they did it properly.
Because they dragged on for like ever.
Yeah, I know. Some of those gameplay things dragged out. Especially
yeah,
that
it's supposed to be about the developers. I understand that. We're not trying to be ignorant to that, but it's like...
Yeah, I know, but it's being like touted as like the greatest showcase of all time. I'm like, it really wasn't.
No.
But Doom did take the cake, man. Doom was... That was the best part of that showcase for sure.
I'm legit excited about Doom. Like that's something I really want to play. So
we need a new game. So, you know.
You know, by the way, speaking of Xbox, Avowed has that premium thing where you could play 5 days early if you pay like $22. Like all these games are doing that now.
Well, yeah, WWE did that. Forza did that a couple of years ago.
Early edition.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do? I mean. That's how they make money. That's actually a good idea for them, because they'll make money that they were going to lose in Game Pass because of hard. Because Forza, they did that with Forza, and they made a shit ton of money on the fucking $100 edition.
Yep.
Yeah.
because
like,
all
"Oh,
these
I'm not
hardcore
buying
car guys ran out and bought it early, and they bought the $100 edition, and the company made money, so that's good.
I paid $90 for Diablo 4 so I could play it early. It was stupid, but I did it.
Well, they
'cause
got you.
I had to play that game, yeah. This was before it was in Game Pass, by the way. I'm not crazy.
Look at Indiana Jones. I pirated it, and I was like, oh, fuck, it's good. So I paid the $30, and I never downloaded it. So I paid the
Yeah,
$30
see,
for nothing.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to play it, so I waited, and then it was fine.
Oh, I didn't
but-
even get it for 30. I got it for like 20 or something. I don't even remember. I got it for
Yeah, you
cheap.
saved money on it.
CD
the
Keys
Avowed
had it.
thing is only like $22, and you get to play it like 5 days early, but I'm going to wait on that.
I'm
'cause
sure
I
that's
don't-
going to get cracked same day, and we'll check it out and see if it's even worth it.
Yeah.
That Stalker game wasn't worth it. That game sucked.
It was terrible. I uninstalled it like right away.
See,
Yeah.
Brandon, he liked it, like genuinely liked it. He said they fixed it after the updates and shit, and he actually really put a lot of hours into it.
A lot of
but to
people
each
like
their own.
the Metro and Stalker games, which is fine. It's just not a game for me because to me, it's a pain in the ass. Like I'm walking around and I'm
Yeah.
getting killed by like radiation, and I'm like, this is annoying.
Metro is much easier than Stalker. Stalker is like impossible. Metro
Stalker's a little more technical, right? Like,
Yeah. I didn't like it at all. Metro I liked. Stalker no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, well, Milfman said if GTA 6 has something where you could play it early, everyone's
oh man,
paying.
Oh yeah,
Everyone's
that's where
paying.
they could charge you $100 right there.
Yeah, they'll get it.
What's going on with this? This Discord fucked everything up. Pull this out of the window. There we go. We are back in the window. Are we? We're not back in the window. What's going on here? Well, we are back in the window. Dude, this Discord shit sucks.
yeah, I know it's annoying.
It just did that on its own. It just like reset the setting.
Just
Yeah,
seeing if there's
so-
any news or anything, but I don't see anything right now.
Well, you know, news will probably break tomorrow.
Oh, of course.
So, I'm going to probably do an unboxing video of the phone, but maybe not. I don't know. It depends. Do people want to see that?
I mean, I do, but
Yeah, I would watch it, but
I don't know if anybody else has vested interest in
All
it.
right, so I'm going to have to record a fucking... With my old phone, I'm going to record an unboxing of the new phone.
I'm sure Dreadpool wants to see it too. We're all getting this phone.
Well, Dreadpool is going to get his phone tomorrow, so he's going to unbox it
oh, that's
himself.
right. I'm the only idiot that's got to wait an extra week.
He needs to unbox that phone in 360 degrees.
Imagine they ban you.
So we
because
can,
you
like-
got it early.
We can pan the camera to his face smiling when he actually opens it.
Wait, Dreadpool, can you please do that if you're still here? Even if you don't upload, just like send it to us because that would be so funny. Please do that.
He should upload it to his channel.
he like rips the box. He's like a kid on Christmas. He's like, fuck.
I think he would because he's been talking to me about this phone for a long time. I even said I was going to skip this phone.
And he was like, don't.
And then something happened with my phone, and I was like, you know what, man? It's time to upgrade.
I'm so glad because remember last year I was gonna get a new one and you were like you should wait and see what they do and I'm glad I waited.
Yeah, we didn't have to wait too long. I'm thinking September. No, January.
This is
I'm like,
perfect.
oh, all right. Well, let's do it.
Yeah. Now, will they put Resident Evil on this phone? I hope so.
No, it didn't sell well on the Apple.
Ah,
Apple is not going to do the gaming thing. I guarantee you, they're going to jump out of that.
well, all their games are going elsewhere now. So after
Well,
time-
I'm not just saying that though, but they invested in Capcom putting Resident Evil on the iPhone, and it's awesome for us who like Resident Evil. But Apple people are not playing it; they're not buying the
Didn't,
game.
Didn't they put Assassin's Creed on there? I
Yeah,
never even
no one's
heard
buying
that.
this shit. They're not playing games on their phones because I guarantee you, if you're buying an Apple phone, you most likely have a PlayStation 5
Right.
because you are that audience. You're the sheep audience that will just buy the brand. Whether you It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, whether you have loyalty to the brand or not, those are the same audiences that they're chasing.
Right.
People that are always just going to buy an iPhone or always just going to buy a PlayStation.
And most people on their phone are gonna play like Candy Crush and stuff.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you have that phone, you most likely have a PlayStation, so you're playing on PlayStation.
Right.
You're not playing on your phone. Stick on my
exactly.
S23 Ultra for another year or two, Stevie. You better hope that you don't see a 25 in person, because you were going to change your mind, buddy.
I don't.
You were going to change your mind really quick.
I don't remember what the 23 was like, but when my
The 23 was exactly like the 22.
Okay.
And the 24 is exactly like the 23. And
Yeah,
the 25 is exactly like the 24, only it looks different.
I still have the 21, and the 25 compared to the 21 is like night and day.
Actually, I think the 25 has Snapdragon 2 or something.
Yeah, it's faster, has a slightly better camera. Compared to my phone, it's leagues, but compared to the 24, it's not that much different, I don't think.
I saw so many negative reviews on this phone. And the guy at the end of the all these reviews at the end, so there's no reason to upgrade from the S24 to S25. I'm like, but I don't have a 24.
That's exactly
You're
what
making
it
all
is.
this negative content, the whole
Yeah.
video, and then you're telling me because it's for the previous phone owners?
That's exactly what they're saying, and it's like, bro, I have a phone from 3 years ago.
Me
Like, I
too.
need a new phone. It's like, yeah, they're saying
Your
'cause
phone
it's
is
not
4
that much-
years old. You have a 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4 years old. This came out 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
I got
Well,
this in February of 2022.
This is the longest I've ever waited to upgrade my phone. So, and do you know when I got my last phone? I think it was
2021.
No, I think before this, I think the last phone I got was like before we went to Chicago, like or right after or something.
Yeah,
It was
I got
crazy.
the that week that we left. The night before we left, I got the Note 10,
Yeah, I had the S10. That was it.
and I still have that in the closet.
I traded
Note 10.
mine in a long time ago.
Yeah, but they weren't giving money for it when this one was out, so I just
Right. I still have my S8 in the drawer inside.
I have the SA Plus in the closet. I have all my old phones. I have a iPhone 10 in there. I still have my iPhone 5 downstairs.
I have my really old iPhones, but I think the last iPhone I got was like the 6. I haven't had an iPhone in 10 years.
I have her iPhone 5 from when we got when I got my surgery over here in Florida.
Yeah.
I still have that phone downstairs. I haven't turned it on or anything, but it's in the case. She just got the S22 a couple of years ago. Like, was it 2022? She probably got it late 2022. Because she had the Note 10, but she had the little Note 10. She was having problems with that phone.
Do you do the full transfer or do you just start fresh when you get a new phone?
Usually I start fresh and download stuff, but I think because of the, I have text from my dad on here. I'm going to try to transfer it.
Definitely got to do that.
Back from the dead, what's up? That's why I don't want to get rid of the phone. I usually keep the phones, but they're going to give me a lot of money for this, and that's the only thing. Like, the sentimental value was, I talked to him on this phone, but
Yeah.
what am I going to do? I got to move on. I can't, hang on to all this shit. At least I got the text, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google makes it easy to transfer, thank God.
Well, the problem was all the texts were on Message Plus, and then they shut it down. And they said, oh, yeah, don't worry. When you join Google Messages, it'll transfer your thing. It didn't transfer any of it. So I had to go into Message Plus to look at my old texts, which is annoying. But I'm going to have to transfer all that shit over. So hopefully it does. I backed up everything to the cloud, so I wonder if I start as a new phone. The browser crashed.
It'll probably ask you if you want to download it or whatever.
Oh, I love the web browser. It just crashed on me. Thanks.
Samsung has this thing that you could just transfer everything. Like my dad's phone was just cloned to his new one.
Yeah, I mean I could do that, but it takes like an hour to do it. Yeah, man, I'm at 7 gigs.
Really?
Wow.
Yep. I just closed that tab, so let's see what it does
Is that
now.
Firefox?
Firefox.
It crashes for me on Chrome though too, exactly the same.
Yeah.
So.
Me
Now
too.
I'm down to 2 gigs because I closed the tab. There's 27 processes going on in Firefox. They are so fucking with your web browser.
100%.
By the way, I'm sorry. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs open.
Yeah, you're not doing much.
No, but that's what they do. They fuck with you. I want to go back, go live so I can see the chat. I told you, buddy. I have an iPhone 3G. I used to have that was my first iPhone, the 3GS.
That was a crazy phone. Everyone had that.
Milfman was asking if Pink Pickles is getting the new phone.
No,
I don't.
not right now. She'll probably get one at the end of the year, but her phone works fine for right now. She wasn't even supposed to get this phone, but the problem was the Note was just like freezing up on her. So we were like, all right, it's time to get you a new phone.
My 21's still kicking. It's just the battery doesn't hold the charge as
This
long.
this phone's fine.
Yeah.
But then
They
the
make
screen
'em
broke,
all.
and it's like once you have they fixed the screen today. Once they replace the screen, it's just not the same. So I'm just getting rid of
Oh.
it.
My browser crashed. So what do I do to check it? What did you say?
Hold
Dave?
Control
Processes.
Delete and go to Task Manager, and then just wait a
Okay.
second. You'll see Firefox fly all the way up to the top, and then you can
it's
see
Chrome. Hey, you're right.
how many gigs.
It just says 3,000 megabytes.
Yeah, that's 3 gigs.
3,320 megabytes. Wow. Wait, and it says there's a little 68 next to it. What does that mean? Is that
68
notification?
68 processes are going on in that browser.
Wow. So they did it to me too. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
something
Now
going
if I
on.
refresh it, it'll come back. Wow.
Other than that, I've had the OnePlus 6 limited edition. Nice. They had that Star Wars Note phone that one time.
Oh,
Mental
yeah.
does like his limited editions for sure.
I always wanted the Sony the PSP phone. What was it called? The Xperia.
Oh
Play?
yeah,
I always wanted that. I never got it.
Nah, don't worry about that.
I did have the Windows phone in 2012, 2011.
You're crazy.
Dude, it was awesome. It just didn't support any apps. It ran smooth as fuck, but had no apps. I felt so left
Just like
out.
the games. They got no games. They got no apps.
It's funny. A lot of the phone companies dropped off. Like, remember HTC used to make phones and
Yeah.
like LG, and now it's just Motorola, Google.
I had the last
Oh.
LG phone. It was the
Oh,
Reflect or something, yeah. And then I got the Galaxy or whatever. But
It used to be the Wild West for.
I had the
phones.
LG chocolate when I went back to Verizon.
I
Oh
remember that.
yeah, the chocolate.
But I had version 2. I wanted version 1. But version 2 was good. I still have it downstairs somewhere. I have it in the box.
I had the Envy. The NV2.
Yeah, NV2
yeah.
she had.
Thought I was so cool.
That keyboard was
the
shit because
BlackBerry?
it would peel off.
Yeah, it was so bad.
The NV2
BlackBerry
keyboard.
phone.
BlackBerry, yeah, they were okay. I had the
So-
BlackBerry Storm. It was like a ripoff of the iPhone, but it sucked. You had to push the screen in.
I have a funny story about that.
What?
I was with my buddy and he had Verizon for like ever. And he went to Verizon because he wanted to see if they had the iPhone. And they were like, this is when it was exclusive to AT&T. They're like, no, but we have the BlackBerry Storm. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
as
what they did
good."
with me.
My friend takes one look at it. He pushes the screen in. He's like, I'm canceling and going to AT&T. And he just left or got the iPhone. He's like, I'm not doing this. He just wanted an iPhone.
Well,
And
we canceled with them because the Storm was a piece of shit.
yeah, it was.
So we went back to we didn't went back. We never had AT&T. We went to AT&T and they gave us a really good deal with the trade-in and everything. But 6 months after we got AT&T, dropped calls. I counted 13 drop calls in one day. Every day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So then Mario was like, hey, we're getting the iPhone. The iPhone 4 is coming to Verizon. I was like, you tell me the date, the time, and the place, and I will be there. And I was. I waited. I got there at like 3 a.m. in Port Chester, and I waited till they opened. I had tickets number 1 and 2, And there were people waiting too. I had tickets 1 and 2. I went in there and I got our phones.
Well, that's why I never.
And we never
switched.
looked back.
I never, even though Verizon's a little expensive, I never left because the quality was so good. It might like.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
expensive, but you get what you pay for.
right. We're trying to run a business here too, and it's like we can't just have calls.
Yeah,
from my
we
desk
tried
having them
T-Mobile.
over
It
the
sounded
phone.
like dog shit over bullshit. It sounded like dog shit over here. It was horrible.
Yeah,
In
That
certain
Verizon-
areas, T-Mobile's good, but it just wasn't good up here.
yeah. I've had no issues with their service. Now they scam me in other ways, but their service is always good.
I still have my BlackBerry 8830 World Edition. Nice. Mental, you got to
Everyone
do a
needs that.
review on. You got to do some reviews on these old limited editions that you got.
I would love to see that, Mental. I love old cell phones. I watch videos about that all the time. So if you have that, I would love to see that.
LGR does that stuff too, right? He does old. Well,
Yeah,
now
he
his
does.
house is destroyed, but he was doing like old tech.
He actually put out a video a couple days ago, so I don't know.
Yeah,
if
it was
he, like,
filmed from like months ago.
Yeah,
It's the hurricane blew his house away.
I know. I saw. I feel bad for him. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. Wasn't the iPhone 4 like 400 or so? Yeah, I don't remember, man. That was a long time ago.
Did I? I think that was my first iPhone. Was the 4, and I got the 5S.
I had the 3GS on AT&T, and the 4 was the first one on Verizon. Then I got the
It was-
5, then I got the 6. I skipped the S's all the time. Because the S was like the phone that came out 6 months after the current phone.
Yeah.
So I just got the main phones.
When the 6 came out, I went with my friend to the Apple store in Danbury, and they ran out. So I was like, "Crap! I really want."
I never
the
had the S,
phone."
but I had the 3GS. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, I really want the iPhone 6," and I couldn't find it anywhere. And it was like late at night. We were coming back. It was like 6, 7 o'clock, and I'm like, "Let me just call Radio Shack." And Radio Shack had the phone on release day. I was like, "Oh, I'll get it."
Because
at
who the hell
Radio
was
Shack."
going there to get a phone?
I know. I just thought of it like the last minute. I'm like, they're not gonna have this, and I call and they had it. I'm like,
That
"All
was
right."
like when I was looking for the Slim PS3. Everyone was sold out. I even went to Radio Shack, and the guy's like, "Well, we can order it." And I was like, "No, I'm good." And the guy looks at me and goes, "You're not going to find it anywhere." And I was like, "Yeah, all right." I went to Toys R Us down. I didn't even think about Toys R Us because that was out of my atmosphere. I was like, "Let me try Toys R Us in White Plains." They had 2 of them.
Wow.
I bought one. I still
You're
have
not
it
gonna find
downstairs.
everywhere.
Should have gone back and thrown it.
I was going to go back there, but I had to go pick these people up from a party because I was doing a taxi thing.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to New Rochelle. So I literally bought it, threw it in my car, and ran back to New Rochelle and picked everybody up. They were at New Rock City. So
My iPhone 6 bent. Remember they were bending? Mine bent, and I took it to the Apple store, and the girl's like, "That's not supposed to happen," and they gave me a new one.
yeah, of course it's not
Remember,
supposed to fucking. That's the problem with these damn phones. If they were like
She said.
$200, fine. But you're charging me $1,200 and the shit bends.
I literally
Yeah.
took it out of my pocket, and it was like this. And then she
You know
said, "Yeah,
that's why we
not
need
supposed
laws
to-"
against this stuff, and they don't give a fuck. None of these politicians are all fucking idiots.
I know.
The year
They all
we
use
went
the
to-
iPhone, but they don't use it properly, and they don't understand when the shit breaks. Like people need this stuff fixed.
The year we went to Disney, Kyle just got that phone that they had to like recall because it couldn't be brought on-
7.
yeah, it couldn't be brought on the plane, and he was so pissed he had to like switch it over. He's like, "Fuck this, dude!" Like,
Well, that was first and only time that happened.
but isn't that like the one time we actually have to leave the state and fly to Florida? He's like, "Yeah, it's considered a bomb. I can't, you know." in
Look at
Minecraft."
this. This is that controller I was talking about that doesn't work. I typed in the serial number. You go to the repairs on Sony's website and it says controller to repair. I typed in the serial number on here. And they were like, "We're going to look it up for you." They look it up and they go, "The controller's out of warranty. Click continue to do the repair." So I'm thinking, okay, I got to pay them like $30 to fix this. You know what the screen says? "Sorry, we don't fix controllers out of warranty." So basically, I had to go out. They tell you to throw this in the garbage and go out and buy a new one for $75.
Yep. They said,
Wow.
"Fuck
There
you."
needs to be a fucking law against that, okay? Because this is now e-waste.
Yeah, they should offer to repair
Or-
it at least For a
You
fee.
order a new controller and put this in the box and fucking send it back. Then they got to fix it.
Yeah.
But you have to resort to that now, where you were actually going to pay to have this fixed. It's horrible.
Just stupid.
Yeah.
Well, they should just have you send it, pay a fee, and then just send you a refurbished one.
Even
back and make it
Microsoft will fix it if you pay them to fix it. These
So they
guys
fixed
won't.
the VR unit.
They're losing money. If they charge people $30 to fix this controller, people would do it, and that's half the price of this remote. So they're going to make
Right.
money. But they don't want that. They want even more money. They want the 75. So to that, I would say fuck them. I don't know. It's not cool. Send them a box of lemons. I wonder if they would ban your PS5 if you did that.
Absolutely.
You type in your serial number and then you just send them a box of lemons.
They would ban you for sure.
They said, "Fuck you."
But you got to pay before you mail it. That's the whole thing. Because they tell you $229 to fix the PlayStation, and you got to pay right there. I was gonna do it because I was stuck with it, and I was like, Fred, why don't you go trade it in for me? The fucking guy traded it in.
They use
Crazy.
GameStop while they're still here, man.
Dumping ground. So here's that. So this one, yeah, this drifts. It's this stick right here. So I tried to desolder it, and that's where I burnt myself. But yeah, the solder is so thin that you can't get it off of here. I even tried with the desoldering braid and the flux, and it won't come off.
You should have.
And I'm like,
Fred
man,
put it
I'm
in
not.
there.
This is aggravating me. I'm just gonna stop doing this. Put it back together, and that's it. I resoldered it together, and I even resoldered it, and then tried to remove the solder. And some points just won't desolder. It's a pain in the ass. So
They'll give you
I-
$22 for it at GameStop.
I would need a heat gun. Yeah, but they test it.
Yeah.
That's the
no.
problem. I can't trade. Now, and the girl did test the one that he traded in. So
Right.
if she didn't test that one, I would have given him this one. Whatever. Maybe when they're $30 again, I'll go out and buy another one and mail it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I have a desoldering gun, mental. When I used to use the gun, I cleaned the gun. That's how I burnt my finger. I had that big long wire. I stuck it in there. I stuck it in there when it was hot. Ironically, I got an ad on YouTube, and I went like this to go move the remote. And I went, burnt my finger for like a split second. Now I got a fucking scar on my finger. But yeah, man, I would need to get like a heat gun. Like you're saying, like the thing that you circle around there, it'll definitely come off with that. But then I have to go out and spend another $50 for that.
Hey, did you get 25 off when you bought the Pros?
That's unleaded solder, and that's a pain in the. Oh man, what?
Did you get $25 off when you bought the Pros?
Probably not.
Because it says at the top, spend $250, save $25.
Right,
and the
but
Pros
Sony
listed.
emailed them when the Pros came out to stop that on all Sony systems.
Oh, because it had when you click on it, it's under there. It's all the PS5s, the Switch, the Pro.
Yeah, well, that doesn't work anymore. Try to check out.
Oh, wasn't gonna do it, but I'll see. Let me see. Add to cart. So, I have to log in. Let's see if it comes off, just for fun.
Only you got to go back and get my money back.
No, Fred.
No, Fred didn't buy the Pro. You did.
I didn't buy it while I was there.
You
but-
bought it under your account.
Oh, that's right. Well, let me see what comes up. I've been pre-approved for the GameStop. Hell no, I don't want a credit card from them.
Just check out. Forget all that stuff.
Okay, proceed to checkout. No,
Told you.
you're right. Didn't come off.
Told you.
Well,
Because Sony called them the week the Pro came out, because we got it on our Pros. And my wife got it off of her Pro. But they had called and they they told them no more PlayStation consoles are allowed on that thing.
that's so like crappy because it's on their site.
You could do that for Xbox, but not for PlayStation.
And there's nobody you can even like, because I would just complain, but you can't. There's no one to even talk to.
Yep, told you.
Let me see if it works on a Series X.
Mental, do you think I should get leaded solder, re-ball it, and then try to suck it up with the gun? You think that would work? Or is that unleaded still going to be there? Because I could just get that. That's like $3 if I get leaded solder. The guy's coming to fix the hot water heater at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So I got to be up super early. I got to move stuff in the back too.
Oh, crap.
It's freezing down there.
It's about 2 o'clock in the morning now. Wow, the pre-owned, you can get a pre-owned Pro.
Although I sent the fucking stick back. All this stuff came from Amazon and I mailed it back already. So if I get the solder, I'm kind of screwed. I'm going to have to wait again if I reorder everything.
You can get a pre-owned Pro for $602 now.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm not doing that.
That's pretty
After what they did, they took a broken system. Do you think I'm really going to buy anything used from them?
That's true.
No,
Forget that.
because you know it'll be broken.
Do you want the warranty? Because it might break.
Meanwhile,
I added
people-
leaded solder and I was able to get a part. Okay. So that probably would work. What I should do is get the solder, try to unsolder it first, and if it unsolders, order the shit. That's what I should do. Thank you for the tip. I read about that, but thank you for the tip. By the way, I have the Hako desoldering gun, the 300, and Amazon no longer sells the pieces for it. So I would have to buy the 301. And I bought the 301 piece to see if it would work, and it didn't fit. So thanks. Thanks for discontinuing a... Yeah, I got flux. I'm good. I got the syringe full of flux.
You
No,
know what's
no
funny?
clean flux. What?
You're totally right that Sony said you can't do it because when you
I looked it
go
up.
to buy, when you go to buy it pre-owned, it will let you because it's GameStop's like thing.
Yeah,
But the
it's
new
pre-owned
one
from
won't let
GameStop.
you, and the new Series X you can. It's only the new PS5 Pro that you can't get it off of. That's crazy.
Yeah, I
There's-
know. When
they
I bought
can't let
those
you do a
Slims last
deal.
year, when we did the Helldivers party,
Yeah.
they gave me the $25 off. That's why I was getting $25 off those consoles, and then I was doing the trade. So I didn't really pay for those. All the Slims I traded in the other day, I didn't pay for. Paid like no money for those
Well, you know what they say. Nobody steals.
from the Japanese. There you go.
That's right. They really can't let, God forbid you get a deal. Think about that. They had to consciously think like, we can't let people get $25 off when they're spending $700. We got to call up there and stop it. They literally did that.
I know.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They did that with us with the PSP at Best Buy. The PSP was $249 when it came out. Employees were supposed to get a $49 discount. We were only going to pay $199 for it.
Yeah.
What happened? Employees started listing this shit on eBay for fucking $249 or whatever. And then they found out. And then what happened? Sony called Best Buy and said, nope, pull that discount. It's considered an accessory, not a console. Or it's considered a console, not an accessory, because it was listed under accessory.
Right.
Because at Best Buy, we wouldn't get discounts on consoles. We'd only get discounts on accessories.
I think that's still the case.
So they were like, yeah. But they were like, oh, no, it's a console. So no discount. They took the discount
God
away.
forbid You get a discount, right?
Yeah, so we got robbed. We had to pay $250 for the fucking PSP. I'm seeing refurbished PS5 Pros here too. From that same place, I got my Portal and Edge. $150 off. Still not worth it to me. Well, there you go.
It's not enough savings to risk it.
The trade-in on those are like
$300 off.
the trade-in is only like $480 because of the current deal. But if it's not, it's like $455 for the if you trade in the Pro.
Damn. How much are used pros on eBay? They're probably like $600.
Probably not. If GameStop selling for $600, I doubt people are able to unload them for $600. Probably cheaper than that. Go to sold. USA sold.
$630. This one sold today.
$630.
$619. Yeah, they're not going for that. Oh, one sold for $595. So they're not even going for that much. $605.
605 live.
Yeah, they're not going for any money. The disk drives are still being scalped for not that much, but 100, 120. I don't know why.
Well, because you can't find them. We couldn't buy them the other day. They told us they didn't have any. I'm short one, but I could take the one that's in there. I can actually trade that one in because that's a slim I don't even use. But I don't know what I only have one of them to trade in. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, what are you going to do with it?
I don't have another system to trade in for a Pro. Or else I would put a Pro in there too. Because why not? Any questions in the chat? These guys got to go. It's already 2 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah, I got to get up in a little bit.
I got to get up too. I got to get up in 6 hours. And that doesn't mean I'm going to sleep for 6 hours. I still have to cook dinner.
Oh, you're crazy. I'm going right to bed.
Well, you ate dinner. I didn't. I was sleeping.
Yeah, that's true. Gotta get up at 7, so I gotta go to bed for sure.
Yep, you got a schedule.
Yep.
All right, Mental. I will look into that leaded solder. You recommend any usually it's like what, 60-40 or something? You recommend any thing, or is that only for unleaded? Will you be streaming a game after this? I don't know. I'm probably not, because I have to cook and eat. And after that, I have to check the basement real quick, see if I have to move anything around, and then I gotta go to bed because this guy's coming here in the morning. And change the hot water heater. And by the way, that tank has a warranty on it. If we're lucky, we're gonna get some money back that'll help pay for this. But
is it just the tank or the whole?
We think it's just the tank. The tank somehow rotted out. The tank is brand new. We just got this done like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
It's still under warranty because the guy's wife is like his secretary and she called the company or whatever. And they're like, okay, well, you got to remove the tank and then we got to look at it and then we'll cut you a check for whatever. And that's, half of that is going to help recover the money from this. So
they don't make them good anymore because we had
the guy even said it. He goes, 30 years ago, they were great.
Yeah, I think we had the same tank for like 20 years. Then like when I was in college, it broke. I helped my dad change it out. And then it broke again like last year. So it only lasted like 10 years or something. It wasn't even like that long.
Yeah, it's the quality. Things are made like shit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, it's a lot of money, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like $2,500 just for the guy to come and replace it.
Yeah. We had to, the last time it happened, we couldn't do it. We had to have the guy come and
They're saying if the warranty does go through, if it's a manufactured defect or we'll give like $1,600 back. So again, that'll recover paying him that much, but we're still out money because of a fucking tank that should have lasted.
Yeah,
or does it even last 10 years?
It's bullshit. The appliances are the same fucking way, man.
Yeah, they're made like shit. It's because these companies don't want to pay any money. They want to charge you out the ass, but they don't want to put money into it.
And they know you need
just
hot
like
water,
this.
So.
They charge you $75, and once you're out of warranty, throw it in the garbage and buy a new one.
Yeah.
Again, pure e-waste.
Definitely.
If Mental is still here, any numbers I got to look for? If not, I'll order it now. I'll order then I got to reorder the sticks and shit all over again. I just sent them back. All right, Mental. If you figure that out, let me know in the Discord. Well, we're gonna run. These guys got to go. Dreadpool is drinking beer. Sounds good. Everybody, we will catch you guys later. Take care.
I'll let you guys know next week if I get the card. So, well, I'll let you guys know by
Next
tomorrow,
week. The card comes out tonight.
I know. I'm saying on the show or on my stream.
Yeah. I don't have any favorite.
You guys will know immediately because I'm gonna just message the chat. So,
Stevie Mac, take care. Everybody, take care. Thanks for watching.
everyone.
Stay safe and have a good one.